announcing a new push to reduce the amount of salt in many of the popular foods we eat every day. We'll let you know what it means for you and your family.
Plus, a member of our NBC family stopped by to say hello to Jimmy Fallon. Came across the street. He's got 2 exciting new shows in the works, and we loved hearing all about him.
And it's Wednesday, so of course, that means my favorite day, Trends Day.
I know how you love it. All right, we're breaking it all down for you. The topics with our good friend Justin Sylvester. All right, let's hit play, shall we? Because it's time to go with
Today in 30. NBC national correspondent Miguel Almaguer with the details this morning. Hi, Miguel. Good morning.
Savannah, good morning. Our nation's borders to the north and south will soon be back in business, but travelers will be required to prove they're vaccinated. Another safety measure in place amid a push to vaccinate more people here in the U.S. as well.
This morning, America's signaling it's open for business from across the border again. The White House says it'll lift a 19-month ban for foreign travelers crossing land borders from both Canada and Mexico, but only for visitors who can prove they're fully vaccinated. The announcement paving the way for non-essential purposes, including separated families and tourists, to breathe life into border economies struggling due to COVID restrictions. This comes as 28 million children 5 to 11 years old could be getting shots into arms as early as November. That according to a call Tuesday between the White House and the nation's governors, with White House officials telling states to start preparing to vaccinate kids.
I think all indications are hopefully once the FDA completes its work that we'll see vaccine in kids after Halloween.
With advisory committees for the FDA and CDC set to weigh in on pediatric vaccines in the next 3 weeks, the FDA could also clear the way for the first boosters for adults from Moderna and Johnson & Johnson. Moderna releasing data urging the FDA to authorize a half dose of its vaccine as a booster 6 months after the second dose. The FDA's advisory panel set to discuss those findings later this week. But even as attention shifts to whether boosters are needed, the FDA's acting commissioner tells NBC News the vaccines are working and they remain focused on the unvaccinated.
It's more important than boosters. The current vaccines are protecting most people from hospitalization and death, the really bad outcomes.
The government believes vaccine mandates may be a path to reaching those unvaccinated. They've met resistance in some areas, including Texas, where the governor has banned all mandates. In New York, a high-profile basketball battle, as the NBA's Brooklyn Nets announce that once the season starts, they'll play and practice without star player Kyrie Irving after his refusal to comply with New York's vaccine mandate.
He has a choice to make, and he made his choice.
And Miguel, of course, this is all coming back, and the backdrop is what's happening in Texas. The state's decision to ban vaccine mandates, how is that playing out? A lot of big companies that are headquartered in Texas.
That's right, Savannah. Texas is home to some of the nation's biggest companies. Many, including American Airlines, has said it has its own mandate, saying they believe that federal law supersedes the governor's order. The Biden administration has also weighed in and pushed back on Governor Abbott's executive order, which seems certain to face legal challenges. Savannah.
All right, Miguel Almaguer with the latest COVID headlines. Thank you.
All right, we have a lot more to get to, including some big news from the FDA. Tom joins us now. Craig's on assignment. Hey, Tom, morning.
Hey, guys, good morning to you. That's right. This just in, the FDA is out with new recommendations aimed at tackling some serious health problems. NBC senior Washington correspondent Hallie Jackson joins us now with the details and her exclusive interview with the FDA's acting commissioner. Hallie, good morning.
Hey, Tom, good morning to you. You know, heart disease is the leading cause of death in this country and disproportionately affects communities of color. Too much salt can be a big factor in hypertension, which can lead to heart disease. But sometimes salt seems unavoidable in a lot of packaged and prepared food. Well, now the FDA today is taking a huge step that's been years in the making. New guidelines for less sodium and, they hope, better health.
A major move new this morning from the FDA to slash salt in what you buy at the grocery store or eat at restaurants.
It's the excess sodium in people's diet in this country from toddlers on up is causing disease and poor health. We believe that sodium can be reduced in a way that people will hardly notice.
Americans should consume about 2,300 milligrams of sodium each day. That's about a teaspoon of salt. Right now, most of us eat way more than that, 3,400 milligrams on average. But the FDA's new guidelines for processed, packaged, and prepared foods hopes to lower that number to 3,000 milligrams a day over the next 2.5 years. That would cut out the equivalent of 60 teaspoons of salt per person every year.
Most of the sodium does not come from a salt shaker. It comes from the food, the processed food people are eating, the restaurant meals they're consuming. And there's no way you can take it out of that tomato sauce or that salad dressing. It's already in there.
Do you think people will notice a difference in how their food tastes?
If we do it gradually, I think it'll be acceptable.
Doctors unanimous. Less sodium means less hypertension and less heart disease.
The move by the FDA is a great leap forward. In public health, we believe in prevention.
The new recommendations, aimed at more than 160 categories for food manufacturers, restaurants, and food service operators, from dairy to bread to baby food. The National Restaurant Association telling NBC, while we are hopeful the guidance incorporates our suggestions, the restaurant industry continues to provide options to address customers' desires and health needs. Other food industry groups have questioned the expense.
For certain foods, it may be very challenging. For many foods, it may not be that technically difficult. It may be expensive, but it is nowhere near the toll that's taking on the American public in terms of disease.
Well, Hallie, these are guidelines. They're not requirements. So,
Right.
the FDA can't enforce it. Do they think companies will comply?
Right, it's totally voluntary, Savannah, you're right. And listen, the FDA is optimistic, but we'll see, right? Some big international companies are already lowering sodium to comply with recommendations in other countries. And ultimately, the FDA believes people, like consumers, want healthier food. That's what it's driven by. The idea being, do this very slowly, gradually, over many years, so that all of our taste buds adjust, and you may not even really notice that the food you're eating is less salty. Again, this is something that has been years in the works. Savannah.
All right, Hallie, thank you.
Stick around because there's much more coming up on Today in 30.
Controversy in Southlake tonight after teens posted a racist video.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town, forced to confront racism.
My children were told Rosa Parks is dead. You all have to sit in the back of the bus.
But when the school board presented its plan, this small town fight ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse.
False narrative of rampant racism.
Shame.
This is Southlake, an NBC News podcast. All episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30.
We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule, streaming every day on Today All Day.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30.
We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Savannah and Hoda bring you what you must know. The biggest moments of the morning.
One Republic!
Exclusive interviews.
Why did it work for you?
You're right. I am more talented than the rest.
And important headlines.
Major medical news this morning.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule, streaming every day on Today All Day.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey. All right, our friend Jimmy Fallon stays busy hosting The Tonight Show, but now he's adding 2 new shows to his plate, including this one, a kid's version of The Tonight Show.
Which brings us to our awesome special guest. This is going to be the first late night show for kids. It's also hosted by kids. One of those talented young hosts, 12-year-old Dylan Gilmer, who's with us as well. Jimmy, Dylan, good morning. Welcome to the Today Show, Dylan.
Thank you for having me.
Is this cool?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Man, this is amazing. Thank you for having me.
This is the most talented kid. All these guys are hosting The Tonight Show. They're the cutest, most talented kids you've ever seen in your life. We looked at like hundreds of kids and like these four, they were in our hallway, and the energy was just insane.
Well, how about just the idea? This is a brilliant idea to have a Tonight Show for kids.
I just figured, the kids want to look up to other kids, I mean, cartoons are great too, but don't you want to look at other kids and go, oh, I can do that? Yeah. And you go, oh, that's something I could do, and it's also in 15-minute little bits. So
parents,
parents,
is that how it works?
You can show the 15-minute shows before you go to bed. After you read a couple books, and you go, let's go 15 minutes, then time to go lights out.
Dylan, how did it happen? How did you get the call? Just tell me everything.
So I was doing another job when I got the call, and like when I got the call, I was like, ain't no way. This is a joke, right? This is Jimmy, the legend himself. And I was like, it's so.
$20. Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Thank you. And it's like a huge opportunity because kids would love doing this, and like to be in his presence is amazing.
So I bet you Jimmy gives you some good advice.
Definitely.
Okay, give me the top couple of things he
I
says.
don't know. What do we get? I'm pumped. That was a big one.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Yes.
We just went through the hallway just screaming, I'm pumped one day. He was like, I'm pumped.
You said you're doing another job. What was your other job that you were doing?
I was doing my show, Tyler Perry's Young Dylan, on Nickelodeon.
Okay, you're unbelievable.
No, it's the second show.
No, stop it.
You didn't even discover him. He's already been discovered.
I know, he's exactly right. He's already a smash hit.
Talk about legends, it's Dylan.
Yeah, he's the greatest. So we're on Peacock tomorrow, starting tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Everyone get this. We got everyone coming on. JoJo's coming on. JoJo Siwa. We have Yar Shahidi. We have Charlie D'Amelio. Who'd you say?
Wait, who's your first guest?
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon.
Do you get nervous, Dylan, a little bit when you're doing the show?
I mean, the first episode that we did with Jimmy, we were all nervous, man. But I think the crowd, because we have a studio audience, I think they gave us that energy, and they were calling all of our names. It really felt like it was home. And everybody there built a bond, like the cast members, everyone there was so nice.
Have you gotten any tips from Dylan? Because he's really good.
Yeah, actually, I did. I was watching him and go, oh my gosh, I definitely am not as talented as this kid. I was thinking about me when I was his age. I was like, I don't know if I could do any of these things.
It's so cool. You actually have another show.
I was just going to say Battle of the Bands. By the way, how has this thing been out there? This is a brilliant idea.
All right, so we have another. This is on E! Tonight.
Stop
at 9:30 tonight's Clash of the Cover Bands.
Yeah.
So these are your favorite music icons, cover bands of music icons battling each other. So it's like Coldplay versus U2. It is Celine versus Madonna. It is Britney Spears versus Gaga. And it's fantastic. They're the best.
And you have celebrity judges, right? You've got
Meghan Trainor. We have Esther Dean. We have Adam Lambert, and it's hosted by Twitch, who we know from Ellen.
Yes.
But it's these bands go at it. It's so cool. Some are better than others, and let you decide. But that's the fun of it. And what I love about it is that you get to see what they do during the day as well. So it's like, oh, I'm a teacher during the day. At night, I'm Bono.
I love it. And so are you judging on how much they sound like the band, how much they look like them? Is it just like the whole thing?
It's a combo. It's amazing. The guy that does Coldplay, he's hopping around the stage, dancing like Chris Martin. It's so funny. It's so great, and it's it's very musical and it's very me. And I think that's what these shows that I want to make are family shows, musical shows. But the winner of this gets a lot of money, and they get to perform on the Tonight Show.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Speaking of the Tonight Show, I feel like we sat with you when you were working from home. You're back in the studio. Things are back in business. Does it feel like old times? Does it feel like it used to feel?
It's getting there. Yeah, it's getting there. It's a it's a fully masked audience, but you can't beat the crowd. I come out every night, and the first couple of shows we had a big Broadway opening number with Lin-Manuel, and it was just emotional. And they add such an energy. I mean, I love it. I love it so much, and it's good to see my crew again. I mean, we were down to we had 4 robot cameras and maybe half of the Roots. So it's good to see we're getting back, but I think NBC did a great job, and so we're back. We have great guests. I had a martini last night with Daniel Craig.
I know.
Cool. The last press he ever did is James Bond.
I know.
I was like, what? So those moments like that, I just love, So we have Matt Damon, Ben Affleck tonight. We have, it's fun. People are coming in person.
How are the girls? How's Nancy and the kids?
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. It's the best thing. Hi, Winnie. Hi, Franny. They're probably watching.
Remember when they were on your show all the time?
No, I do. Trust me. No, they weren't as behaved as you are.
Speaking of Kids Tonight Show, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, he can rap. I don't know if you know.
Will you show us?
I got you.
You do?
Got you.
Okay. Do you need to stand up? Please.
Yeah, I get lit when I stand up.
You get lit? Okay, we're ready.
I get the crowd hype, hands high like a cheat shot. Ay, Oh, damn, my fault. I wrote this last night. All right, one more time.
Okay.
I get the crowd hype, hands high like a treetop. They all watching me. I'm like the feathers on peacock. Jimmy Fallon, no, young Dylan got the right flow. Got the team right for the new Kids Tonight Show. Yeah, I hit you to the new hit, yo. Can't believe I got to rock on the Today Show.
Who doing something like this? Kids the greatest.
Oh my gosh.
I love
well
you,
done, Dylan.
I love you. Dylan is unbelievable. I know, right?
We are so proud of you.
Hugs all around, cutie.
Oh, you did
Dylan
good.
Gilbert, Jimmy Fallon.
You guys, Savannah, Hoda, you guys are the greatest.
Love
Come
you.
on. Watch it every
so
single
good to
day.
see. You always say that.
I do. We do.
He
I
gets
love
up
you.
early.
I
He's an
love
early
you.
riser.
I know. We
Clash
love
of the Cover Bands premieres tonight on our sister network, E.
Yeah.
And then the Kids Tonight Show starts streaming on Peacock tomorrow.
All right, we got you, Dylan. We look forward to it. Hey, everybody, it's Hoda Kotb from the Today Show. I am so excited to tell you about my new podcast, Making Space with Hoda Kotb. I sit down with some incredible people, and we'll hear some uplifting stories.
Listen to Making Space now on Apple Podcasts.
To cover the news, you have to be in it. We'll take you to the front lines of the story, bringing your news feed to life. Streaming live every night. It's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town forced to confront racism. But when the school board presented its plan, it ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse.
False narrative.
Shame.
This is Southlake. All episodes available now.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show.
In a mere 30 minutes.
Savannah and Hoda bring you what you must know. The biggest moments of the morning.
One Republic!
Exclusive interviews.
Why did it work for you?
You're right. I am more talented than the rest.
And important headlines.
Major medical news this morning.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule. Streaming every day on Today All Day.
Controversy in Southlake tonight after teens posted a racist video.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town forced to confront racism.
My children were told Rosa Parks is dead. You all have to sit in the back of the bus.
But when the school board presented its plan, this small town fight ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse.
False narrative of rampant racism.
Shame.
This is Southlake, an NBC News podcast. All episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Does the White House think they have an Afghanistan problem or a COVID problem? Do you believe the abortion issue should reflect the will of the people or the will of the elected officials? The vaccine mandate. Is this going to work or is this going to backfire? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
This morning, we've got a special Steals and Deals. Today, lifestyle and commerce contributor and our friend Jill Martin bringing us back to the 80s with a special Peacock Presents Steals and Deals Throwback Edition. Very interesting.
Yes, I'm very excited. First of all, thank you for wearing neon. I spared you of going throwback, and you were born in the 80s.
I am an artifact of 1983.
So you are our prop from the 80s. But we're so excited because we have an hour-long Steals and Deals special, and it airs today. It's a really just fun nod to our favorite items from past decades, while offering dozens of amazing steals and deals that you can't miss.
I love this. You also caught up with an 80s icon, Saved by the Bell's Mario Lopez.
I mean, who better than Mario Lopez?
A.C. Slater.
Right, A.C. Slater, and now he plays a different part. So check out some of our fun conversation about his character, A.C. Slater, came to be. Tell me about your character then and what you had in common with A.C. Slater.
They wanted to incorporate as much of our personality into our character as possible, so they asked us to write down all the stuff we could do. So I wrote down, I danced, I played the drums, I wrestled, I did, I had a lot of activities. So they incorporated that into the character. That wasn't originally it. So in essence, the character was really more me.
I was a Saved by the Bell devotee.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you watch?
Every Saturday morning.
It was the best.
Absolutely.
And by the way, Jill's going to bring us a sneak peek of some of the products from today's show, and you can get in on the 80s fun, as always, by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen.
That way.
Never saw Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Never?
I was, okay,
Fair
in the
enough.
80s, I was working.
He was born in 79.
Fair enough.
He just missed it.
Fair enough.
But I want to say, people are saying, should I start shopping now? Is it a real thing? And as we all know, because of shipping and inventory, if you love it, get it now. If you're iffy, okay. But if you love it, stock is not there right now in inventory,
This is
as
what
we've
you
been
like-
reporting.
need if you want your name in lights.
Yes, you're literally your name in lights. I'm waiting for all the puns, Al. So this is the old school sticker book come to life. So the Hearth and Haven LED light up message light box. The retail $39.99 to $59.99. And this is a creative way to share a message using any of the included 130 letters, numbers, and emojis. 3 different sizes in each box, battery operated, comes with color changing LED lights for a fun retro feel.
That's really cute.
Actually, for your kids'
Yeah,
room,
I would want to say like Claire's room.
They would
or,
love it.
Isn't that
Noah and
cute?
Lucia would take it.
Yeah, so it's a modern day sticker book. The retail $39.99 to $59.99. The deal 13 to 19 up to 68%
Excuse
off.
me.
I said you can't beat it when she said $30.
And then, yeah, so that's really fun. Okay, so the Gabba Goods Lyrics headphones and Kids Safe Sound headphones. The retail $24.99 to $39.99. Now, headphones have come a long way since the 80s. And so these are great because they're foldable, ergonomic for comfort, no more getting caught up in cords.
These are cute.
Kids Safe Sound headphones are fun with adorable designs as a protective feature. The volume is limited. You look cute. And prevents kids from raising it too loudly. Each set foldable comes with an adjustable headband and is lightweight. The retail $24.99 to $39.99.
serious.
The
Mine
deal
is Chanel and I am 8.
up to 65% off. Chanel comes to play. Okay, this one is cool for everybody. And how you say we never have a lot of cool things for men, but this is for everyone. The Zumi Mini Cooler. Okay.
Oh, no way.
Now here's the deal. This reminds me of a product that my mom used to give me, you know, when it was in the thermos that I used to have to take. But this, you could plug into the car and
is it
keep
heavy?
food. And no, pick it up. Super. Well, it was
glued to the
nailed
table.
down.
You have a
And
picnic on the weekend?
And then what's
is
cool
great.
now is people use it for their beauty. Like if you're in your, like to put something cold on your face. Jacob asked me about under eye.
This is an open secret. I love an under eye treatment.
Yes, who doesn't love non-puffy eyes? So the retail, $119.99. The deal, $45. You can plug it into a car lighter, Al.
$45.
62% off.
Little
Okay, this is another Al like because you know for the boys. So this is the Kodak Smile Instant Print Digital Camera. Retail $99.99. Now we remember the Polaroid camera from the past.
Yeah.
It spits it out.
Right.
I still love that, and then I put it on a cork board.
Does this print?
Yes. No, compatible with
To
the
your printer, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
compatible
amazing.
with it. My mom will be so happy you took that
You're such a
picture.
tech
So
guy.
we don't have a lot of these to go around. So if you like this, grab it. Comes in a lot of fun colors and uses zero ink technology to print on sticky back. This one does print. Zero to print on
It's out
photo
of
paper.
paper, but it
Yes,
prints it.
enjoy up to 40 prints on a single charge. The retail $99.99. The deal $75. That's 25% off.
I'll
And
take it.
Polaroid rarely gives that.
Put it in its pocket.
And then, yeah, and look at the refrigerator in the back.
Refrigerator in the back.
Steal and deal is literally a steal and a deal. Okay, so this is the Play Zoom walkie-talkies. The retail $49.99.
Jill, how much is the deal?
Okay. Retail $49.99, the deal $19. That's 62% off. It's a 2-pack of walkie-talkies, ages 3 and up. We could all use these, and it comes in different channels with fun, cool sounds. It's just
cute.
What's old is new again, but
Beauty.
it's very elevated. Let's say with all the fun prints.
It's going to be a fun special.
It really is. You know what? It's for the last 2 years we've been in such tumult. It's time to have a little fun. I
agree.
And I crimp my hair. I mean, what else
You
can I
look
do?
amazing.
We have a preview of Succession. This is my day. I'm thriving in this day.
You guys, welcome to Today in 30 on Today All Day. I am here. It's Trends Day Wednesday. We're talking Scream. We're talking Real Housewives franchise, Ultimate Girls Trip, and we're talking about what you must watch coming up. It's a new segment. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be a crazy day.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
Do you feel like the bad guy in this? Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in? Has it been worth it to make this trip? Do you feel like you're giving a green light to politicians? How do you explain why your case has become so important?
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show in a mere 30 minutes.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule, streaming every day on Today All Day.
Sometimes the news can be difficult and overwhelming for kids to understand.
Will coronavirus come back next year?
So to help make sense of it all, we've created a newscast just for them. Man, you know a lot. We hope your family will watch Nightly News Kids Edition.
Does the White House think they have an Afghanistan problem or a COVID problem? Do you believe the abortion issue should reflect the will of the people or the will of the elected officials? The vaccine mandate. Is this going to work or is this going to backfire?
If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast. Free wherever you get your podcasts.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
It is time to crank up the fun with our friend Justin Sylvester.
Okay, he got up bright and early to give us the Wednesday buzz all the way from LA. Justin, hi.
Hey, Justin.
Good morning, ladies. How are you guys?
We're great.
Good.
Wait a minute. Talk to us about the Scream franchise. Everybody's buzzing about it.
I am already scared for my life because Scream is coming back since 2011. It's been the last movie. The 5th installment is here, and so is Courtney Cox. She is starring alongside Neve Campbell and David Arquette, two people who cannot die in this franchise. Now, this installment reportedly features someone new underneath the classic mask. And it's so terrifying, ladies, that we can only show you at breakfast. So everybody, put down your hot coffee. We do not want to be liable for the jumps. So take a look at this.
This isn't funny, Amber.
When you like to play a game, Tara. Something about this one just feels different.
Samantha, I know who you are. I've been through this a lot. This is your life now, which means that whoever this is going to keep coming for you. You ready for this? Never.
I don't know.
La 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 la.
You guys, I don't know what's scarier right now. I don't know what's scarier, the mask or the fact that someone still uses a landline in 2021.
Wait, you know what? You know what?
Donna.
I had to take my IFB out, so. Did you get scared? No.
It was
Did
in the
you?
note.
It was.
So I wasn't. Sorry.
Jenna reads, obviously. Jenna reads.
We'll have to read with Jenna. That's what we say.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
but I would have been scared, and I probably would have cussed on television. So everything is meant
life worked out the way it was supposed to.
All right. Real Housewives has this new show. You've got to give us all the juice.
Oh yeah.
You guys, you're about to scream from excitement this time. The Housewives, the Ultimate Girls Trip has been in the works for a very long time. I've had a Fantasy Housewives League, and Bravo and Peacock are finally giving it to us. This is basically Rich Lady Survivor. You take 7 icons from 4 cities, put multiple cases of rosé on one island. It turns into survival of the richest. Now, scientists are saying that Bravo is defying nature. Do you guys know why?
Why?
Because there's supposed to be only one queen per hive, but they're putting all 7 in one house, and it's going to get crazy.
What about your girl Kyle?
Yeah, what'd she say?
She's your bestie.
Did she give you the gossip?
When she got home, she said she cut her phone off for an entire week because there was so much drama there. She said she'll never look at a bottle of Whispering Angel the same.
All right.
Okay, we want to do something with you, a little segment called What's Worth Watching. So what are your shows that you love?
Okay, I am a Project Runway fanatic. I've watched all 18 seasons, and this week, the premiere of season 19 is happening. Talk about a show that never gets old with judges who always know what's in and what's out. I don't know if you guys know this, but Elaine Welteroth, Nina Garcia, and Brandon Maxwell, the man behind Gaga, will be back at the judges' table, along with Christian Siriano returning as a mentor, which is perfect. He won the show himself. It's gonna be crazy. Are you guys excited about this?
Yeah, it's going to be good, Justin.
Maxwell.
Love that.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. The new season of Project Runway premieres this Thursday night, 9 Eastern, on our sister network of Bravo, and you can catch Justin on Daily Pop. We love Justin.
Love him.
Weekdays on our sister network, E! Okay, we hope you guys come back for another great morning tomorrow. We got Reba McEntire. She'll be performing for us.
Oh, cool. can't wait for that. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for joining me at Today All Day. I love sharing Cooking with Cal videos with you, but I've also gotten the chance to interview so many fantastic people across our country wanting to make a difference in one person's life or change the world for the better. Here are a few of my favorites. Enjoy.
Once I felt what it felt like to breathe for the first time and get that full breath of air, I think it unlocked something where I just wanted to keep exploring.
For Kaylee Dunewald, lifelong health issues led her on a mission.
Take me back to why you ever started exploring plant-based diets.
Growing up, I suffered really severe cases of both asthma and allergies, and saw all these doctors and specialists, and every one of them told me this is just the way I was born. But then when I was 25 years old, I was living in Bali, Indonesia, and embarked on a plant-based diet.
Kaylee says within 2 weeks, her symptoms disappeared.
I really felt like it was my mission in life to share this really powerful story with more people, to let them know that you really have more agency around your health than you might realize.
She embarked on a career change, first becoming a health coach and inspiring others to view food as medicine.
It was very, very powerful work. But once I, kind of a year and a half in, I ultimately felt like I needed to make a bigger impact. And so if I could really target the root cause of at least what a lot of these people are suffering from, it's just the food being offered to consumers.
And she did, targeting a rather unexpected food.
How did you decide ice cream was this niche area that you wanted to focus on?
I thought that that would be a really powerful place to start, because proving that you can do that in a nutrient-dense way really shows that you can do it pretty much anywhere.
In 2017, Kaylee launched Sacred Serve, a plant-based gelato made with young coconut meat and packed with superfoods and nutrition.
In a thing of ice cream, we've got activated charcoal, tiger nut flour, and mucuna purians. It sounds healthy, but I don't know what they are.
So we really tried to recreate this nostalgic cookies and cream, but really only working with nutrient-dense ingredients. So our hero in that flavor is tiger nut flour, which tiger nuts are actually not a nut at all. They're this root vegetable, and they're packed with resistant starch, so really good for your digestive health.
I like to cook, and there are certain healthy ingredients that are just really hard to make work. What was the trial and error process like?
What makes ice cream really rich and creamy is a lot of fat, a lot of sugar, and gums and stabilizers. And we don't use any of that. This young Thai coconut meat, it's a pulp material. So it's got a lot of extra fiber, and that's what lends itself to the really rich and creamy texture.
2 years later, Whole Foods started stocking Sacred Serve.
What was that moment like?
Very surreal. I wanted the product to work. I wanted people to love it. And we were really, really well received.
But the cherry on top, Kaylee not only figured out a way to make ice cream relatively healthy for customers, but for the environment too.
I think one of the coolest things is the actual packaging. I had no idea that the regular carton that you get regular ice cream in is not actually biodegradable, is not recyclable. How is this carton different?
What people don't recognize is because it looks like paper, there's actually a thin plastic lining on the inside that acts as a moisture barrier that essentially renders it trash. And so what we've done is we've replaced that plastic moisture barrier with a water-based barrier, so there's no plastic at all in our container, which makes it fully recyclable, compostable, and biodegradable right at home.
Cookies and cream.
As for the taste test, looks like a thumbs up.
What's Bosco doing in the middle of that?
Bosco wanted some too. Hey, it's healthy for everyone. So I asked Kaylee what other flavors she would like to make next, and she said there's been overwhelming requests for a berry flavor and a coffee one. And after that, she might tackle some more items in the frozen food aisle. So we've kind of gotten on this kick at our house where, you know, if you finish your dinner, you have dessert.
Yeah.
And Calvin loves ice cream. He is obsessed with this ice cream, and I have no guilt giving it to him. So I'm like, it's full of these antioxidants and healthy ingredients. It's not full of fat and sugar, and Ollie gets in on it too.
How about it? And Bosco too, it looked like.
There you go. Bosco's like, don't forget about me. It is time now for Cooking with Cal. It's a real easy one this week. My little chef and I made one of my mom's signature picnic side dishes with a colorful twist. Take a look.
It's another edition of Cooking with Cal. What are we making today?
Pasta salad.
Pasta salad? I love this recipe. It's something my mom always whipped up. We always had it at summer barbecues. It's so easy. The hardest part is waiting for the water to boil. We want to make our water that's boiling taste like the sea. We want to make it taste like salt water, okay? So I'm going to add a bunch of salt.
Salt.
To our boiling water. All right, so let's get the ingredients ready while we're waiting. How this thing works, so we're gonna use a can of tomatoes, but these are cooked tomatoes. They're not raw tomatoes. So you'll like these because they're cooked tomatoes, okay? Now turn that as hard as you can. Use those muscles. Do you want some help? There we go. Do you know what these are?
What? Olives.
Black olives. On taste one, you haven't tried one in a long time. Ollie loves them. Ollie loves olives. A little bit. I love them. I could eat them like this. So we got our tomatoes, our olives. You know what this is? What? Got some parsley. All right, you want to chop this for me? Why don't you put your hand like that? There we go. Good job. Now I'm just gonna make these all a little smaller, okay? This adds a nice pop of green and a nice freshness to the whole dish. So a lot of times my mom would use elbow noodles, the ones that look like C's or U's as you call them. I felt like using tricolor pasta. You know why they call it tricolor pasta?
Why?
Because there's 3 colors. So this one is just made with wheat. This one has tomato in it. And what do you think's in this one if it's green?
Broccoli.
Close. What else is green? What's green and leafy?
Celery.
Well, celery has some leaves. What looks like lettuce?
Spinach.
Yay! Cool. I'm gonna dump this in, okay? While that's boiling, can you dump a can of tomatoes in here? Now all of the olives, the parsley. Ah, good call, buddy. Good idea. Now we wait. Can you taste that? Perfect. All right, draining the noodle. All right, I want to pour these into this bowl. Dump a whole bunch of olive oil in here.
All of it?
Not all of it. I'll tell you what. All around. Swirl it all around. A little salt. This will come out fast, so let's give it a big stir. Before we put this in the fridge to let it cool down, let's taste it, okay? You like it? Tastes even better when it's cold. All right, for these recipes and more, head to today.com/food. Bye-bye. And he was out. The best part about this recipe, it's a nice base.
Yeah.
You know, so if you like to add a little tanginess to it, you could spice it up, you know, with some Italian dressing, or you could add some meat or cheese, whatever you want. This is like a good, simple
What's
pasta
great
salad.
about this also is you can take it to a picnic or barbecue, and it's not mayonnaise based, so you don't have to worry about.
I think that's why my mom did it, because she could just leave it out and not have to worry
because
about
my mom would literally, if it was like 20 minutes and it had been amazing, she'd literally slap it out of your hand.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, put that down.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Make the most of your day with Today All Day. Get closer to all your friends at Today in a whole new way.
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show in a mere 30 minutes.
Shop today with Jill Martin.
We're helping you shop like never before.
The latest styles and biggest names. Today Food.
Things are heating up in the Today All Day kitchen.
Cooking essentials and recipe inspiration.
Get ready. Are you ready? Oh, I'm so ready.
Only on Today All Day. Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show in a mere 30 minutes.
Savannah and Hoda bring you what you must know. The biggest moments of the morning.
One Republic!
Exclusive interviews.
Why did it work for you?
You're right. I am more talented than the rest.
And important headlines.
Major medical news this morning.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule. Streaming every day on Today All Day.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year.
I served an amazing group of staff and students.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
He was a character. Like, he would do anything to make anybody laugh. He wanted to do whatever he could to make someone's day better.
Besides his wife Erica and his 3 kids, there were few things Jason Pompey loved more than biking.
Good luck, babe. That was his release. He would just get on his bike and just ride.
Jason started cycling in 2016, just before he and Erica, 2 old middle school classmates, reconnected. Soon after, she was riding too, but just months into dating, Jason was diagnosed with bladder cancer.
We were in and out of the hospital a lot. And there were times he was scared that he wasn't able to ride again.
Jason underwent 2 surgeries, and life seemed to be back on track.
By the spring of 2019, he was back on his bike. They said all the margins were clear and he was good to go.
That same year, Jason married Erica. He also learned about the Empire State Ride, a bike ride across New York State benefiting Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center in Buffalo. Wanting to give back, he marked it on his calendar for July 2020.
He actually bought a brand new bike specifically for the Empire State Ride, a brand new helmet. That was his goal.
But last spring, Jason's cancer returned, this time to his lungs, stage 4. Unable to ride during chemotherapy, he taped a message of support instead.
This inspires me, this motivates me with my treatments when I'm not feeling well and things like that. So I just want to say good luck and thank you to everybody who is participating in the challenge.
Tragically, in January, Jason passed away.
He's an amazing man. He's an absolutely amazing man. I wish I had so much more time with him.
But amid her grief, Erica decided she had to fill his shoes. Turns out, when the annual Empire State Ride happens next week, Jason will ride after all, with Erica pedaling.
So I've got his seat, the bike he purchased for me, and his Garmin, all on my bike, ready to go. And I'm going to be wearing his wedding band around my neck. And I am taking some of his ashes with me too. So I said, no matter if you're not here physically, Jason, you're going on this ride with me no matter what.
Erica wasn't as intense a rider as Jason, but between shifts as an OR nurse, she's been training hard.
I knew I needed to do this for him because he didn't have a choice. He chose to fight every day. And I knew I could fight and push through the 560 miles in a week for him and for all the others that are fighting daily.
Finding that extra gear to help Jason ride one last time.
He would want people to know that you need to chase your dreams. Don't make excuses. I'm sure I'm going to have him there with me for the hills and at the finish line. I know he's going to be with me no matter what, every step of the way, because I know he's proud of me for pushing myself, because this is nothing I would ever dreamed I could do.
Welcome to Today All Day.
All day?
Today, all day.
All day.
This is a long way of asking who's your favorite character you've ever played. A unicorn.
The unicorn. You gotta have the unicorn.
What is she right there? That's why you're saying all these nice things?
Yeah, she gave me the look. Sorry to disturb your day. Everyone's mad at you, Willie.
Better make this fast. I don't want the wrath of Luna.
When I see you, I always think, I wonder what his quote would be.
Give us 6 minutes and we'll ask as many questions as we can.
Welcome to Cold Cuts. Cold Cut, Cold Cut.
My buddy Cal cooking with me.
Dads don't babysit. It's called parenting.
What was the first book you remember loving?
Heart Smart Today with simple exercises to strengthen your heart.
Make the most of your beach days.
It's all about the tracksuit now. How good do they look?
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Kiss the bride.
This morning, a story of people helping people.
You've received tons of letters from people who have been inspired.
Let's do the weather out. Okay. All you gotta do is say, it's cold, it's warm, it's raining, it's snowing. That's it.
To cover the news, you have to be in it. We'll take you to the front lines of the story, bringing your news feed to life. Streaming live every night. It's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year.
I serve an amazing group of staff and students.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
Controversy in Southlake tonight after teens posted a racist video.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town, forced to confront racism.
My children were told Rosa Parks is dead. You all have to sit in the back of the bus.
But when the school board presented its plan, this small town fight ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse.
False narrative of rampant racism.
Shame.
This is Southlake, an NBC News podcast. All episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Make the most of your day with
Today in
30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule, streaming every day on Today All Day. Make the most of your day with Today All Day. Get closer to all your friends at Today in a whole new way.
Today in
30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Shop today with Jill Martin.
We're helping you shop like never before.
The latest styles and biggest names. Today Food.
Things are heating up in the Today All Day kitchen.
Cooking essentials and recipe inspiration.
Get ready. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Only on Today All Day.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
It is time for another edition of Cooking with Cal, and this time my little chef and I are making my grandmother's tried and true potato salad.
It's another edition of Cooking with Cal. What are we making today?
Potato salad.
Potato salad. So this potato salad was my grandmother's potato salad recipe. It's very, very basic. There's nothing fancy in it. It's literally just potatoes, eggs, scallions, some celery, and some mayonnaise. But we top it off with this. Do you know what this is?
What?
This is called paprika. Everybody has their own technique for hard boiling eggs. Here's how we do it. So let's gently put these in the pot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Let's hard boil 5 eggs, okay? So we've got the eggs in the pot. We're gonna fill this up with water, okay?
Hello.
We're gonna put them on the stove, bring it to a boil, and as soon as it boils, we're gonna cover it and then turn off the heat and let it sit for 20 minutes. Okay, so while the eggs are cooking, let's cut up our potatoes. All right, let's throw these in the pot. Yes. Add some cold water and then some salt. Okay, we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna cover it, and we're gonna wait 20 minutes. That's the worst thing you heard all day, huh? While we're waiting for the eggs and potatoes, I'm gonna chop some scallions.
Hey, mister.
You want me to chop and you eat your apple?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. How's your apple? These got a nice little crunch to the potato salad. All right, it's been 20 minutes. Should we get the eggs? All right, I'm gonna rinse them under some cold water.
You want to read?
So. Yeah. Whoa, good job.
Yeah. Are you done?
No. What's missing from our potato salad?
Potatoes.
All right, these are piping hot, okay?
Can I cut them?
Because potatoes are dry and don't have a lot of flavor, we're gonna add a lot of salt, a lot of pepper, and we're gonna add a lot of mayonnaise. Now this is controversial because some people don't think you should add cold mayonnaise to a hot dish. But I find that the warm potatoes absorb all of the yummy mayonnaise as opposed to getting all dried out. So I'm not going to wait for them to cool. I'm just going to add it all now while it's still warm. And then I'm going to put it all in the fridge. 1, 2, 3, 2. And this is the sprinkle that my mom always used to do.
And kaboom, I put it in my mouth.
You love it? For these recipes and more, head to today.com/bye-bye.
So
He had to run off after eating the hot mayo.
he always does. So you don't like hot mayo, you don't like celery, so this is not the recipe for you.
No.
And you like a
I like
mustardy-based
mustard-based.
potato salad.
Well, yours look great, Dylan. Look,
It's
you look great.
fantastic.
You look
I
awesome.
don't like relish or mustard. I like a very basic potato salad. So it's old-fashioned and it's...
I like Cal, so whatever
Yeah,
he
Cal's
makes,
the man.
Yeah.
Cal likes it, so win for me.
We're back with our series, The Upside, and one man pushing himself to new heights, literally against incredible odds.
It's a remarkable story. 2 years ago, John Hoffman was in grave condition, not expected to live much longer, without a lung transplant.
Well, today he is enjoying his second chance at life and teaming up with the doctor who gave it to him.
Made it. The summit of Half Dome.
When 39-year-old father of 2, John Hoffman, stood atop Yosemite National Park's famed Half Dome this April, the journey was much more than a climb.
It's been, I would say, a long, steep, tough road.
John was born with cystic fibrosis, a progressive genetic disease that causes frequent lung infections and breathing difficulties. He grew up loving the outdoors, but as time went on, they became much harder to enjoy.
Was always pretty tired. It was a lot of coughing. I would avoid stairs. Going across the house would wind me. If I needed to leave the house, I was always, trying to bring oxygen with me. It got pretty bad.
Bad enough that by fall of 2019, he desperately needed a double lung transplant. Dr. Chad Denlinger was John's surgeon. What would his prognosis have been if he didn't get this transplant?
John's lung function was about 20% normal. He was on continuous oxygen, and he was just fighting infection after infection after infection. His expected survival might be a year or 2.
Wow. In October that year, John finally got a new set of lungs at the Medical University of South Carolina, remarkably after waiting only 2 weeks. He pushed his recovery just as fast.
I saw progress, every day, every week, every month, and just continued it. I didn't let it plateau.
Now that you have 2 new lungs in your body, how are you feeling?
I feel great. This time last week, I was hiking in the Tetons, just doing all the things that I missed out on the last few years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, most people, you think you get 2 new lungs, you start with a little jog around the corner. Which brings us back to the top of Half Dome.
A year and a half after lung transplant, I freaking made it.
Down at the bottom, his wife snapped a picture. That tiny dot with arms raised is John. She sent it to Dr. Denlinger, who, like John, is an outdoor enthusiast. When he saw it, he ordered up a unique prescription.
Clearly, John is an outdoors type of person. He's in great shape. So I thought it would be a tremendous amount of fun and a great honor to have John join us for the race this weekend.
That race is the AR Georgia Hogback, a 24-hour adventure race where teams navigate the wilderness by bike, boat, and on foot. And Dr. Denlinger wanted a teammate with a good set of lungs. I'd imagine that's a good sign when your doctor thinks you're good enough shape to be able to do something like this.
Absolutely. I was completely thrown back. This is going to be a push, and I was very excited about it, and I'm excited and nervous about it now.
If you are nervous, I guess the best teammate to have is your doctor.
Absolutely.
Doctor, what does it mean for you to have John on your team? I mean, this must be just an incredible full circle moment.
No, you're absolutely right. This is a chance of a lifetime.
What does it mean for your boys now to have their dad back and see him participating in something like this? They must just feel like you are Superman.
Yeah, they really do love it. It's a very humbling experience, and to see them get excited for things that I do, it means a whole lot to me. Love every bit of it, absolutely.
yes.
So I asked the doctor, I was a little concerned. I'm like, can you overuse new transplanted lungs? And the doctor said that he is not worried that he is pushing John too hard. In fact, this is actually going to make his lungs even stronger and better.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year.
I served an amazing group of staff and students.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town forced to confront racism, but when the school board presented its plan, it ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse. False narrative. Shame.
This is Southlake. All episodes available now.
Hey everybody, it's Hoda Kotb from the Today Show. I am so excited to tell you about my new podcast, Making Space with Hoda Kotb. I sit down with some incredible people and we'll hear some uplifting stories.
Listen to Making Space now on Apple Podcasts.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town forced to confront racism, but when the school board presented its plan, it ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse. False narrative. Shame.
This is Southlake. All episodes available now.
Make the most of your day with Today All Day. Get closer to all your friends of today in a whole new way.
Today in 30.
We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
In a mere 30 minutes.
Shop today with Jill Martin.
We're helping you shop like never before.
The latest styles and biggest names. Today Food.
Things are heating up in the Today All Day kitchen.
Cooking essentials and recipe inspiration.
Get ready. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Only on Today All Day.
Okay, it is time for Overheard on 3rd on the Plaza. Dylan has been juggling a lot lately, including her newest children's book. I just told her during the commercial break, I'm like, it's real.
I know, it's really
been talking about this for a long time. So in Parents Magazine, she's talking about Misty the Cloud and how it has been really years in the making.
Yeah, no, it's something Brian and I came up with, well before we ever thought about having kids. So we talk about that in the article, where the idea came from. I also talk about some of my favorite books that I like reading to the boys and what I liked reading growing up. And there's one story I tell. It's funny because I'll read a book and I read it, word for word as is. When my father-in-law reads the book to the kids, he makes all the characters family members. So then when I go back to read the book later, Calvin's like, no, that's you. That's Ollie. That's Pop. So it makes it very confusing when it comes to telling the story. But it's a nice little article, and the book comes out September 28th.
Well, congratulations, Misty the Cloud. Seriously, there was a day when I first met Dylan, like soon after, she was talking about this idea for a children's book. And so now, almost 7-8 years later.
I said, here's a rough draft. Can you read it to your kids?
Oh my gosh.
Like it?
And now it'll be in bookstores. Which
I know, which I'm so excited.
Okay.
So you can pick up that Parents Magazine on stands now, I think. Yeah. Okay, we wanted to do something different, a little bit unusual. We've got a Jenga set out here, and some of these have actual questions from you folks here at the Plaza.
So they posed you.
I don't know why you didn't just ask us in person, but we put them on a Jenga box.
Okay, so here we go. You go first.
Me go first?
Yeah.
Well,
so what happens if it falls?
Which it could fall. Okay. It's like humid out here. You can't play Jenga when it's humid. I'm going to take the top one. Okay. What's your go-to karaoke song? Is We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel.
Mine
Do you even know that song?
We Didn't Start the Fire. Yeah. Mine is Honey, I'm Home by Shania Twain. Don't get me started. I don't know, for some reason, all day. I can do that one. All right, here's another one. This one says, if you could cameo in a TV show, what would it be and why?
A current or past
Whatever
TV
you
show?
want.
Mine obviously would be Seinfeld, just because I feel like my life revolves around Seinfeld.
Oh my gosh. You know what show I wanted to be on so badly? You guys probably won't know the show. It was called Kids Incorporated.
I remember Kids Incorporated.
Did you just hit me? No, I'm just kidding.
I love that show.
I would watch it.
K-I-D-S-O.
Yes.
It's like I made it
to kids. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, you know Kids Incorporated.
Of course I know
friends.
Kids Incorporated.
Okay.
Okay. What shows are you currently binging? I actually just wrapped up Black Monday on Showtime. We've had, a lot of the cast on the show over the years. Andrew Rannells is on the show. Such a good show. I mean, dark and crass, but I mean.
And to continue the dark theme, pass the baton, Dr. Death on Peacock.
Oh,
so
good. Had them on the show.
I know, so good with Christian Slater.
Yes.
Joshua. Anyway, okay, are we out of time? Oh, do we have time for one more?
We have time for one.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it's your turn.
Is it my turn? I'm gonna go for.
It's hard because they're like it's humid out here. Nice.
Okay, the question is, what did you want to be when you quote unquote grew up?
It's your question.
This.
Really?
5th grade career day. I have a sheet of yellow construction paper, helmet hair, hoop earrings, and I have little
grade?
squiggly
Fifth
lines.
grade?
5th grade. Thank you, Mrs. James.
I remember preschool, we did, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you had to dress up like it. So I brought a curling iron in with me because I really wanted to, be a hairstylist.
Oh, there you go.
So,
we still have some kind of curls.
Yeah, but I didn't do them.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
Thank you, Kim.
Good question.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Today All Day, we've got a great show for you on this lovely fall morning. Let's kick it off with Pop Start. Carson brings us the latest pop culture news you need to know. Take a look.
The best time of the morning. Pop Start.
It sure is, Mr. Cronkite Award winner.
Right. That's right.
Very fancy.
Very fancy.
First up on Pop Star today, that's right, Squid Game. The Korean Killer is officially Netflix's biggest series launch ever. The streaming service announcing the show's been seen by more than 111 million million fans. And in case somehow you don't know what Squid Game is, let me break it down. 9-episode series. You can be watching either Korean with subtitles or dubbed over in English. It centers around characters who are trapped in debt and are chosen to play a series of children's games with hopes of winning big cash prizes.
Is it a reality show?
No. And then, God, no. Then they find out if they lose those games, they lose their lives.
Is that horrible? I told you.
Squid Games knocks out previous Netflix record holder Bridgerton.
No, come on, Bridgerton.
The romance period drama that could not be more different than this, the new top show. So, Squid Game.
Have you seen
No,
it?
I have not.
I will say this. I am hooked. I'm sorry, Hoda. I started watching it. It is so intense, you can't binge it because you can only watch episode at a time.
People who can't afford to pay their bills or
Do you watch the subtitles or in English?
Yeah, subtitles. I didn't know you could do the English thing.
Yeah.
It is very
I haven't seen
violent.
it.
It's not for a lot of people, but
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
Well,
too.
it seems like it is for a lot of people.
No, yeah. Obviously, yeah.
111 million.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
What does that say about us? That that's
I
the
don't
biggest
know.
show in the globe right
I
now.
don't know, but people are like, oh, you got to see it.
They
They're
say
obsessed
social
with
commentary.
it.
There's a lot of social commentary, and it puts you in these kind of weird positions of like what you would decide.
What would you do?
Are you going out as that for Halloween?
I'm not, and I'm terrified people that are because the Squid Games people that you see there are like the scariest people on the planet.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay.
Give me
Well,
some
there you go.
Bridgerton.
Moving on.
Next up, we are revisiting two fan favorite films from the 90s. First is Home Alone, the story of a boy abandoned at home over Christmas break, is back in Disney Plus's latest take on the Macaulay Culkin classic. This time around, Jojo Rabbit star Archie Yates is left to defend his family's home against a pair of bumbling burglars, and the new trailer shows some of the inventive ways he's going to try and stop those trespassers. Of course, played by the hilarious Ellie Kemper from The Office and actor Rob Delaney.
You do realise that my 10-year-old son is at home by himself. You just assumed Max was on the other flight.
We didn't take a census.
This is my house. I have to defend it. Orange stripe, center pocket. Ooh. That did not sound right.
Also joining the cast is Kenan Thompson, Pete Holmes, and Chris Parnell. Home Sweet Home Alone premieres November 12th on Disney+. Next up, Scream. It's been 25 years since audiences were first introduced to the film's terrifying masked killer. He is back. A new trailer for the latest chapter in the Scream series shows original cast members Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette all returning to hunt down whoever is behind Ghostface this time.
Samantha? I know who you are. I've been through this a lot. This is your life now, which means that whoever this is going to keep coming for you. You ready for this? Never. Whatever his link is to our past, it's pulled us all.
Scream hits theaters on January 14th, 2022, and Hoda could care less.
This is like,
Straight ahead.
I just blacked out.
Here's a palate cleanser. Bridgerton.
Give us some Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
When's
That was an
Bridgerton
interesting
2?
pop start. Like,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was very
kind of like a
interesting.
Well, it's almost
edition
Halloween, so I think there's
there
some
you go.
themes.
I like it.
Coming up next on Today Talks, Al Roker has some exciting news and much more just ahead.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
In a mere 30 minutes.
Savannah and Hoda bring you what you must know. The biggest moments of the morning.
One Republic!
Exclusive interviews.
Why did it work for you?
You're right. I am more talented than the rest.
And important headlines.
Major medical news this morning.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule. Streaming every day on Today All Day.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year.
I served an amazing group of staff and students.
Controversy in Southlake tonight after teens posted a racist video.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town forced to confront racism.
My children were told Rosa Parks is dead. You all have to sit in the back of the bus.
But when the school board presented its plan, this small town fight ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse.
False narrative of rampant racism.
Shame.
This is Southlake, an NBC News podcast. All episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back. Today we have one of our favorite segments, Overheard on Third, and it's extra special as we celebrate Al Roker's storied career. Check it out.
Welcome back. It's time for Overheard on Third, and we have to give a huge congratulations to our friend Al Roker. The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism has announced they are honoring Al as the recipient of its 38th Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in recognition, obviously, of your exemplary career.
Well,
how does that feel?
Very odd, I will say. Because I'm going, and this isn't any humility. I just don't really feel that worthy of it. I mean, I do this gig. I have a wonderful time doing it. I love doing it. But there are so many other journalists, like I'm married to one, that probably deserve it a lot more.
Well, speaking of which, you're in good company. You talk about journalists. This award, Anderson Cooper, Diane Sawyer, our very own Lester Holt.
Yes, yeah. So
they take it seriously.
Yeah, and it's funny. I went to Arizona State University to speak at the school in 2013. We did a Today show from there. But never imagined that I'd be a recipient. But I want to thank them very much, and whoever they had planned who dropped out, I want to thank them.
It is well
I need to tell you something. Every day I come in here, it is an honor, and I get the chills to work with you. You're a legend, and the idea that you have this is just the icing on top. Have you thought about a speech about what
No, not yet.
Do you have to give a speech?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like a graduation type speech?
Something like that.
You know my new thing, guys?
What's that?
Is exercising and listening to graduation speeches while you do it.
Wow.
And so I'm looking forward to exercising to your words.
That's really disturbing. That's very odd.
I'm serious. I just did one.
That's a great beat.
Listen,
speech workout.
Hear me, even if you're not working out, like if on a Saturday afternoon, because this is what I've been doing lately, I just pull up graduation speeches. I did Denzel's at UPenn. I've done Oprah's at Harvard. I did Barbara Walters at Yale, and now Al Roker at the
ASU.
I heard Abraham Lincoln's. So that's fantastic. Okay, now to an amazing lost and found story featuring one of our favorite SNL alums. A New York City couple getting the surprise of their life. They find a phone in the back of a cab. We've all probably done that. Yep. Well, take a look at what happened.
So Josephine and I are coming home from New York Comic Con, and a phone starts ringing in the back of the cab. We pick it up, and eventually find out whose phone it is, and we get a phone call from somebody who's very nervous that they've lost their phone. And look whose phone it is.
It's Molly Shannon. She went on to say the phone must have slipped out of her purse as she did the Find My Phone. She never thought she'd get it back, but the hotel calls and says the couple picked it up.
And she goes and shows up there.
Decided it was only right to go meet up with them.
Wait, that's funny.
Have you ever lost something and somebody returned it to you?
Sure. I think so.
I had a backpack stolen one time. I was playing basketball at school, West 4th Street courts, and I got it back eventually.
Wow. Yeah?
Somebody stole some stuff out of it, put it in the mailbox, and then I got it back.
See, that story just took a turn.
Yeah,
they
it's
took
weird.
stuff out of it and then gave it back?
Put it in the mailbox, and I got what was left. At least
well,
what
there
was
you
left.
go. See, and the fact that you got it through the mail.
Yeah,
even better.
I don't know how I feel about that story. What about you?
Yeah, I lost a wallet once when I was biking. And
recently?
About a year ago, and it showed up in the mail. Somebody just put it in an envelope and mailed it back to me.
No way.
Yeah.
This is Al Roker's? And then they sent it to you.
I would have showed up at the address and said, hello, miss. Never do that, though, if that happens. Never do that.
But you would have.
Yeah, exactly. This one caught our eye also this morning. An article in BuzzFeed asks if you think these behaviors are rude, and we wanted to get
this is good.
our collective take.
Yes.
Okay, is it rude to avoid a friend or colleague when you run into them, but they haven't seen you yet?
What do you think?
Well, if they don't see you, then it's not rude.
You see them, and they don't see you. You just keep cruising, no problem.
I just did it yesterday.
Really?
Literally right over there.
I actually saw you.
No, you didn't. No, but I was like, but it wasn't for you. It was someone. But I feel like, who cares? They didn't see me, and I don't feel like talking.
So who was it?
I would never tell.
Just send the address, find the wallet, show up at the house.
What was the horror movie? I'll never tell. Who was that?
I don't know, but that was
I don't know,
creepy.
but that was creepy.
That was weird.
That was creepy. That's almost like listening to graduation speech.
Somebody tell me. I'll never tell.
Okay, well, in the meantime, what about another one? Putting in earbuds when somebody sits down next to you.
Do you know the person?
Yeah.
That's a little rude.
Oh, I didn't know you know. I thought it was like if you're getting on a flight and you look and they look like they're going to want to engage.
Well, everybody knows you.
That's true.
Yeah, no,
we don't have to deal with
like
that.
when I'm on a plane, I don't know the person.
So what do you
next to me.
do with that? Because I feel like people know who you are everywhere you go. So does your skin high? Like
I say hi, whatever, and then a couple of minutes in, put the earbuds in.
I've seen you in your Instagram videos, people screaming to you in Central Park. You're like, hey, how's it going? Keep
You know
going.
what changed our being, Dylan and I, going to an airport with Al Roker. I don't know how you live. Like after a while.
Check, last one.
Okay.
Phone during dinner?
Is that rude?
Well, here's what: if I expect I need a call or like something checking for the kids or something like that, I say, "Excuse me, I just have to check this one thing. Let me just take a look."
I think it's rude.
But let's say let's say you're waiting to find out if Kine or one or
okay. So then when I sit down, I say, just so you know, I'm not being rude.
Yeah, exactly.
Blah blah blah. So, but I do think you should set it up if you're
exactly
right.
Exactly.
There you go. You should have your own.
But I have been to dinner where I've seen like 4 people, like 2 couples, and they're all on their phones.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why did you even go out?
Totally.
You may have well done a Zoom.
Yeah. Let's try not to do that.
The future, yeah.
I'll never tell.
Congratulations.
Stop that!
Somebody, I'm going to check Twitter. Somebody's going to tweet us. It's a horror movie.
Right back.
Coming up on Hoda and Jenna, we're getting ready for Halloween with costumes galore. Just ahead.
Still to come on the Channel 2 News. Well, the waters are certainly receding now.
Still too close to call.
Lester Holt reporting from Ground Zero, as it's being referred to.
It is, in fact, the taste of freedom. The Haitian people know a little something about resiliency. What's the biggest risk right now? Some of the troops who have been proud. I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate. In fact, we've been told we can't go any farther. You with some resilient folks. Let me get a hint. Do you feel like the bad guy in this? Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in? Has it been worth it to make this trip? Do you feel like you're giving a green light to politicians? How do you explain why your case has become so important?
Controversy in Southlake tonight after teens posted a racist video.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town, forced to confront racism.
My children were told Rosa Parks is dead. You all have to sit in the back of the bus.
But when the school board presented its plan, this small town fight ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse. False narrative of rampant racism.
This is Southlake, an NBC News podcast. All episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Make the most of your day with Today All Day. Get closer to all your friends in today in a whole new way.
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show in a mere 30 minutes.
Shop today with Jill Martin.
We're helping you shop like never before.
The latest styles and biggest names. Today Food.
Things are heating up in the Today All Day kitchen.
Cooking essentials and recipe inspiration.
Get ready. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Only on Today All Day.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
Welcome back today on Hoda and Jenna. We get a little crafty with homemade Halloween costumes. You won't want to miss out on these simple how-tos. That's up next.
We are going to show you how to make some of this year's most popular looks for grown-ups and kids. And showing us how to do it is Good Housekeeping style editor Lori Bergamatto. Lori! Oh, I miss you. First of all, this mermaid is to die for.
Ta-da.
I cannot believe this is a DIY.
So this is a DIY. I actually got to do it with my older daughter.
Okay.
So if you have a child who's comfortable and you're advising them how to use a glue gun, this is just cupcake wrappers, you guys.
So would you staple them down?
I glue gun them.
Glue gun,
in a
sorry.
pattern.
Oh, no. Did you glue them together? Is there something underneath?
This is an apron, yes. Good question.
Apron.
That's an important question.
Yeah.
So this is an apron. I just have green leggings on underneath. I did an apron in the front and an apron in the back and just strategically tied them. And then I made a little tail for the backside here because I wanted to be able to walk, you know? So we could just dip. There it is. Hello,
so you
little
just
tail.
oh, that's cute. And your wig and your little sequin top.
And really
you're done.
affordable, you guys, because you can get like 100 of these for $5.
Exactly.
You know,
well,
so it's
you
great.
look adorable.
You look
okay,
so cute.
Thanks,
let's talk
guys.
about some other hot Halloween
Yes.
costumes. So TV shows often make a good,
this is good.
a good source. We love Ted Lasso.
It's the best, you guys.
Okay, stop.
How cute are these
Come
kids?
on.
So it is so fun. Now, we did make sure that all of these kids are 5 and under.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Ted Lasso's not always appropriate for an 8-year-old.
Yeah, okay.
So this was really fun. And we have Wes here as Ted Lasso in the middle. And then we have Michaela as Rebecca. And we have Chris over here. Oh, there's Michaela as Rebecca. So the idea here is you just want something that really feels you know, like Rebecca's a boss. And she has tailored camel coat. Michaela, so adorable. And then we have Chris here. So we did ultimately get a wig on him to be Danny Rojas. Here he wasn't feeling it quite yet.
Cute.
But you just need some soccer gear. And this is stuff that a lot of kids will already have.
Cute.
You can make it with red duct tape and printouts.
All right, let's do something for parents. How about Rapunzel and her tower? I'm gonna see this.
Yes. So this is my daughter and my husband.
I love that.
This is baby Stella.
She's so cute.
Thank you, guys. And the tower is my husband Nick, who was a real good sport about this.
Seriously.
Not. But anyway, this is a really easy costume, especially if you have a baby who's in a carrier and you don't want to lug the whole stroller, right? So all we did here is we got him dressed in really comfy clothes, put some leaf garland there. I know, she was excited. And you guys, for the braid, it's just yarn. And so you can make we did 2 4-foot long braids and then tied them together. You put her in the Bjorn or the baby carrier, whichever one you use. We tied that felt poster around and you're good to go.
Okay, are they going to trick or treat like that?
I don't know. I don't know if we can get Nick to do it. But if Jenna Bush Hager says it, maybe we can.
Do it. That's a costume.
So cute.
Okay, let's talk about group costumes.
I love these.
This is really fun. So just like TV shows, you know, we've all been home all this time. TV shows were big. Family game night was huge, you guys. So this is the family game night. This is the Chaplin family. We've got, who are we starting with? The mom and the dad here. We've got Priscilla as the boardwalk title deed. And the Monopoly man, who I found out his real name is Uncle Pennybags. Oh, look at that, learning a little something.
Wow.
And then for the kids, we had a lot of fun with these super easy costumes, you guys. What we did was, this is Raphael, and that's Operation. And what we wound up doing there is just getting beige pajamas.
So cute.
And that's just adhesive felt.
Brilliant.
Cutting it out in shapes, using a label maker.
Okay.
We go to Twister for Marcel. So adorable.
How did you do that?
You guys, it's so easy. Those are just sticker decals that you can get for the floor. I glued them on. It took like 20 minutes. White sweatsuit and a spinner. And this is Howie the dog. And he has he's a Scrabble tile, an H on one side, and he was a J for Hoda and Jenna on the other side. But he really felt the H because his name is Howie. So the whole family game night.
These are beautiful and easy
and affordable, you guys.
Thank you so much. All right, so do you guys, first of all, what are your pet peeves? What bugs you? What things get under your skin?
I mean, it depends on the day.
You don't get bugged that easily.
No, what are yours?
What are my pet peeves? People who are rude, who walk through a door without looking behind them to see if someone's coming.
I don't like it when you're at a restaurant and somebody doesn't say thank you to that.
Yeah, I don't like niceties are totally
niceties.
And people who cut you off in traffic, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And people who honk.
That gets you grumpy.
I get grumpy.
This morning, I decided on the way to work that instead of like studying or looking, I was going to roll down the window and just look at the buildings of New York. I was like, I want to be president.
Yeah, I'm going to be here now.
So the window was all the way rolled down. It was beautiful air, and I was like feeling like the first day of fall, all optimistic. And then
what happened?
A guy driving right by me.
Flipped you off?
He was in the driver's seat, just turned over, looked at me, and honked real loud. And I mean, I could see the driver, like, what happened? And I'm like, is that because I was just like...
You were bugging him. He wanted to get moving.
It was annoying that I was paying attention to the world.
You know what? He wanted you to focus.
He wanted me to focus on my phone.
Yeah, on your phone.
Back where my focus should be.
All right, so a recent nationwide survey conducted by Edwards Kirby asked what habits people think there should be a law against. So here they are.
Okay, 50% said there should be a law against talking on speakerphone in public.
Why do people don't do that?
I agree,
That's not
but
good.
sometimes I FaceTime.
Well, FaceTime is okay.
It's the same thing.
I know, but at least people know you're looking at your kid.
Okay.
22% say there should be a law against taking gym selfies.
I agree. I actually think when anybody takes, I mean, we take selfies. I know everybody takes selfies.
Yeah.
I'm going to sound like a grandma, but sometimes, like, when somebody is, like, posing.
And though it's like again.
It's sort of like influencers in the wild.
Yeah.
I always am a little bit like, oh my gosh. Okay. 24% said a law should ban low-rise jeans. I agree.
Nobody likes low-rise
I agree.
jeans. The skinniest girl does not like them.
When I look back at pictures of myself from college, I'm wondering what I was
were we
thinking.
doing that?
You could see like the underwear line. It was horrible.
And they're not comfortable. Nobody likes them.
No, and if you have any sort of muffin top.
Yeah, which most people do.
Any sort of croissant top. It doesn't even have to be a muffin. It
Yeah.
hangs over.
Yes.
That's disgusting.
It doesn't work. All right, 25% believe there should be a law against sitting on the same side of the table as your partner.
No, I love that.
I love that too.
I love that. At every restaurant, I'm like, Henry, you're not close enough.
Scoot over.
And
I do like, because that way you can sit and
Yes.
visit. Yeah.
Oh, it's so much. Okay, I disagree.
Bang cat. All right. So this is kind of a cool story because sometimes when you lose something, you feel like you'll never, ever, ever get it back.
Are you speaking from personal
No,
experience?
you know what's funny? I lose things all the
Every
time.
day.
And you know what? I always get them back. Let me just tell you a real quick, super quick story. I was at the airport. I was getting ready to board a Delta flight. Ann Curry randomly was in the airport. We were talking. I get on the plane. I fly to D.C. I get off the plane, and I see a cab, and I'm going to get in the cab, and it says cash only. I said, oh my God, my wallet, my wallet. I didn't know where it was. I ran back to the airport. They couldn't find it anywhere. I kept thinking, oh my gosh, where is it? Where is it? I was going to see my mom at the Library of Congress and speak there. So I'm standing there at the airport. The Delta baggage guy gives me money for a Metro card. He says, you can go, and don't worry about it. I go there. I'm panicking. All of a sudden, I get an email on my phone from someone named Angel. I look at it, and he said, hi, my name is Angel. I work at Delta out of LaGuardia. I found your wallet. I was like, an angel found my wallet. That was amazing. And so he put it on the next shuttle to D.C. I flew back and met him. This guy was amazing. But I feel weirdly like, when you're not hanging on to something super tight,
like
it comes back. Like I've lost my wallet 5 times. I keep finding it.
I had the craziest, and you cannot believe this.
What?
I was going to JFK for a flight.
Okay.
My bag, I had a jewelry bag, I guess, in the front zipper, which was stupid. And I put in, and I didn't have my engagement ring was in it.
Shoot.
All my stuff.
Shoot.
It fell out of my bag. I get to the place. I'm like, oh God, I don't have it. It's gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, at some point, I'm gonna have to tell Henry, and he'll be sort of disappointed. It was like stuff that meant stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Right.
But it was stuff that meant stuff, and he would probably have cared.
Right.
A man found it, took it to the security at JFK.
No, he didn't.
I mean, the security guards here go, you're the luckiest person in the entire world.
So you went back to
So I went back, and I got the jewelry.
I think there's something about that. I know, I know people who like really hang on to their stuff, and they see when it's gone, it's gone. Like, the number of times we've lost things. But Molly Shannon did it. She left her phone in a taxi, and she was panicking, I guess.
Okay, so listen to this. Check out this video of a Good Samaritan who found the cell phone in the taxi. They returned it to Molly.
Take a look.
So Josephine and I are coming home from New York Comic-Con, and a phone starts ringing in the back of the cab. We pick it up, and eventually find out whose phone it is, and we get a phone call from somebody who's very nervous that they've lost their phone. And look whose phone it is.
How about that? No, so this has never happened to me because
Oh my God! You know what? And then they met. So they said, "Isn't that the coolest?" I do think that. I'm much more good people in the world.
There are good people everywhere. Today Talks continues after the break.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year.
I serve an amazing group of staff and students.
Sometimes the news can be difficult and overwhelming for kids to understand.
Will coronavirus come back next year?
So to help make sense of it all, we've created a newscast just for them. Man, you know a lot. We hope your family will watch Nightly News Kids Edition.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show in a mere 30 minutes.
Savannah and Hoda bring you what you must know. The biggest moments of the morning.
One Republic!
Exclusive interviews.
Why did it work for you?
You're right. I am more talented than the rest.
And important headlines.
Major medical news this morning.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule. Streaming every day on Today All Day.
Hey everybody, it's Hoda Kotb from the Today Show. I am so excited to tell you about my new podcast, Making Space with Hoda Kotb. I sit down with some incredible people and we'll hear some uplifting stories.
Listen to Making Space now on Apple Podcasts.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Today Talks and our exclusive content you can only see here.
Okay, I'm excited about one of my upcoming podcasts. Can I
What?
tell you who I interviewed
Yes.
yesterday? And it was
Yes.
so thrilling and amazing. Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow is one of these people where I looked back at all these different interviews that she's done over the years, and I was looking just to see, I like to, before I do an interview, I like to see, like, what's their style?
Yes.
Are they open to, and often I look for radio interviews because that's usually when you're super loose.
Yeah.
If I look for a radio interview,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is when it all kind of comes out. Anyway, she was so lovely. She's about to turn 60. She's got an 11 and a 14-year-old. She's playing music like never before. She talks about just like wanting, whether or not there will be love in her life. She talked about like what it was like to battle breast cancer and the end of a relationship simultaneously when she was with Lance Armstrong. And I have to tell you, it just dawned on me, like in the middle of her interview, like the best people to interview on earth are just people who tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Who aren't spinning, who aren't pretending, who aren't trying to be something, who just say, this is where I am.
Who don't have an agenda.
No
like she was just there.
Just there.
Talking.
And I also, as I was listening, I thought, that's what I love.
Yeah.
Like someone who just says it.
Yeah.
And she talked about how, she spoke to her kids about adoption. And I was very curious about that.
Yeah, what'd she say?
She said, it's just like, with my girls, they obviously know they are, but, at what point and how do you tell the story about, well, wait, where was I born then if you're my mom, and all those things. And she said something, it's funny, I'd written something similar to this in my journal because I've been thinking about how to say it and when they ask and what to say. And she said, God put someone on this earth. God knew that I wanted a baby, and he put someone on this earth to make sure that I was going to be able to get a baby. And that nice person made sure that you came to me. And I thought that was so lovely
put.
and beautiful.
Yes.
And I was thinking I want to write that down.
And
But
have that conversation.
I mean, think about the interviews you've done recently. I feel like you did the Alan Jackson interview, and every time you come back, you're changed.
Yeah.
You're different.
I think you're right. I think you and I have pretty good intuition, so we know when somebody is there to just like bare their soul and be vulnerable, and when there's that bravery too.
I know, and also maybe there comes a point in your life where you just don't care about the things you worried about.
Yeah.
And you just enjoy your life. She's singing. I looked, there was a song she sang with Stevie Nicks, and it was just melting me. I was playing it over and over, and she's, she was on tour with Michael Jackson when he was on the road.
Wow.
It was her first gig. She was like a backup singer or
I had
something.
no idea.
I know. Anyway, she's an amazing human being.
I love Sheryl Crow.
Don't you love
I love her. I love her. I got to do a piece with her a long time ago where we went to, I think it was her high school.
Oh my
and she was giving a musical instrument. Like she was just talking about how important music is in public schools. And we went, and I just remember feeling so moved by the fact that like she had this music teacher that changed her, and she wasn't going to let the next generation of kids miss out on that.
And she said something profound, I thought, after the breakup. And I said, I wonder if you ever had a conversation after, because sometimes breakups are breakups and that's it. And I know that. I've been down that road. Like, that's it. There's like no conversation.
No more.
And she said that her mom gave her some great advice and said, whatever you imagine that ending conversation will be, that there'll be some resolution, you're probably mistaken. The conversation in your mind, the fantasy, isn't real.
Yeah.
Don't expect something, a bow at the end, whatever. So, don't expect something from this conversation, which I think was her way of saying no.
But isn't that such an interesting, like, kind of analogy for life? Like, if you expect all of these certain things.
Yes, I need this. I need to talk to him and have him say
it's never going to happen.
A, B, C, D. Yeah, it's not going to work.
Well, I'm inspired.
Okay,
I can't wait to just hug that little podcast face of yours. I love that. I love that podcast. All right, so that's it for this episode of Today Talks. Keep watching for more Today All Day. Hello! Have you ever heard that before?
Not from you.
How are you?
Good, nice to see you.
I mean, this day in this garden is just for you. How beautiful is it up here?
Incredible.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me on.
Let's talk Legos.
Legos.
Legos. Was that hello, like, sounded deep enough for it to be belly button talk or not really?
You have to kind of bring it down from here.
Okay.
You have to
Hello.
go. No, not your hand. Hello. And then you go up high.
Oh, okay.
You start low and go high.
Hello.
Yeah.
No.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. What's that?
Oh, it's just a stupid thing.
Well, I'm sure it's stupid. It's not about me, is it?
No.
Not at all. Oh, me.
All right. You know this girl, Claire, I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Well, he and I started joking that when she falls asleep, her stomach stays awake all night and talks to me.
How's he talking?
Well, the belly button's like a mouth. I'm bored.
Okay, so you've played a lot of different Jerrys. Do you know what I mean? You've had the big puffy sleeve
Yes,
Jerry.
on the Today Show.
Yes.
We debuted the puffy shirt on the Today Show with Bryant Gumbel.
That is a very, very unusual shirt you have on.
Yeah.
You're all kind of puffed up.
Yeah, it's a puffy shirt.
You look kind of like a pirate.
Yeah, like a pirate. Anyway, we're hoping to raise enough money with the with this.
Look, I'm sorry. It is just a very unusual shirt. It could be kind of a whole new look for you. You could put a patch over an eye. You could kind of like be the pirate comedian.
Yeah.
Exactly. You've had some iconic looks.
Yeah.
What made you think, okay, it's time naturally to be a Lego Jerry?
Well, who doesn't want to be a Lego?
It's Lego Seinfeld. He's blocky, he's stoppy, he has sea hands.
What are we selling here? Lego, the reason people love Lego is because it clicks together. And once it clicks, it fits, it's tight, and it makes sense.
Yes.
And the world doesn't make sense, but Lego, you can order the universe with Lego. You can make sense of something.
Yeah.
If you follow the instructions and you complete the model, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I have 3 little kids. Have you ever stepped on a Lego in the middle of the night?
It's painful, yeah.
It's not a great thing. You're right that they make sense. There's moments where you want to throw them, though.
Yeah.
They're
fun to throw, too.
Is that sort of you? They're like, Jerry, you make sense, but there's moments where you're like, no, that doesn't
I've never stepped on a Lego, but it does seem like a killer.
Okay, in this short, you say, but I don't want to be a Lego.
Right.
But you actually wanted to be a Lego. This was
I
your
did,
idea.
Yeah.
What was the genesis?
The genesis was Lego made a model of my TV show set, and Netflix bought the TV show and wanted to do a promo, and I went, hey, wait a minute. Why can't I be a Lego? And then I really wanted to do the line again. I don't want to be a pirate.
But I don't want to be a Lego.
But I don't want to be a Lego.
I know. Somehow that is a hard octave to match. There's a whininess to that that's really hard to do.
These are some of the little subtle things of comedy that are very important.
So what did your wife and kids think when you told them you were turning into?
They loved it. I got the idea from my son, who wanted to build his last Lego. He's 16. He said, you know, I think I got one more Lego left in me. One more. I go, why don't you do the set from my TV show? We were walking along, and I went, that's the promo. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make Netflix shrink me down.
Shrink you down and pour actual Lego cereal into your mouth. The set is incredible. It's exactly like your
amazing.
set. Tell me some of the details you loved.
I love the couch, and I love the refrigerator and the stove, and I love wearing the costume. Some of those bits, like, you know, when I skate out in the end, that took an hour and a half of moving an inch at a time. And when I sit down on the couch, that took an hour and a half. Because stop motion is not done with humans.
Yeah.
It's done with props. You know, the last person to do it was Peter Gabriel, Sledgehammer.
Oh, really?
Yes. Humans don't do stop motion. We do it with toys and props. You don't ask a person to do this, and now this, and now this, you know.
But the fact that, so first of all, somebody told me about this, and I thought, like, no, Jerry Seinfeld's not becoming a Lego. And then they told me you shot it last week.
Yeah, last week.
So how much fun was it? There was a lot of laughter.
It was insane. It was just this crazy, everybody. We had to hire an animation company to do the stop motion, because I wanted it to be stop motion. And then to build that set, that was all custom made out of foam and then paint and then the plastic finish to make it shiny. I mean, we worked so hard on it. Well, it was so much fun.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
So the amazing Bryan Cranston, who is a Tony winner, an Emmy winner,
Yeah.
Oscar nominated.
Yeah.
You call him on the phone and you're like, hey, you want to be a Lego?
He's not a
Well,
Lego.
he's an announcer.
He's an announcer.
Coming this fall to Netflix. Seinfeld.
You call him on the phone and say, want to be in a Lego short?
Yeah,
And his response was?
love to. He says, I don't know what you're talking about, but I trust you. That's what he said. Did you notice the little dentist chair at the end?
I sure did.
That's
Was
the
that
little,
a nod to him?
I think that's a cookie, what we call a cookie.
Okay, I thought maybe that would have been a stranger conversation, but it was just pretty basic. Want to be in a Lego short? Let's do it.
If you're a comedy person, which Brian is, even though he's done a lot of drama, and someone gives you a crazy idea, you go, yeah, that sounds crazy.
Do you feel like the bad guy in this? Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in? Has it been worth it to make this trip? Do you feel like you're giving a green light to politicians? How do you explain why your case has become so important?
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule, streaming every day on Today All Day.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey everybody, it's Hoda Kotb from The Today Show. I am so excited to tell you about my new podcast, Making Space with Hoda Kotb. I sit down with some incredible people and we'll hear some uplifting stories.
Listen to Making Space now on Apple Podcasts.
Still to come on the Channel 2 News. Well, the waters are certainly receding now.
Still too close to call.
Lester Holt reporting from the Ground Zero, as it's being referred to. It is, in fact, a taste of freedom.
The Haitian people know a little something about resiliency. What's the biggest risk right now? Some of the troops who have been proud. I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate. In fact, we've been told we can't go any farther. Here are some resilient folks. Let me get a hint.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
So the last couple years, people have been at home on their couches.
Right.
Is there like a lot of creativity spurring up in you? Is that why things like this are happening, or not really?
Maybe. I didn't think about that, but maybe. I personally have feel like I really need to have some fun. I really need to make fun things for people.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to do this. I go, this is just fun and silly, and I don't see enough of that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It will make people laugh for
Yeah.
sure. So Netflix has picked up all of these episodes.
Yes.
Do you think the world's ready?
I don't know. They weren't when we started back in '89, that's for sure. It took a number of years before people said, what are they talking about? How do they talk?
I know, that's kind of interesting. So it didn't catch on right away?
No, it took 4 years. The first 4 years of the show, it was poorly received, very poorly received. That's forgotten now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how did you all have the patience just to wait it through?
Well, in those days, on television, if you got a good demo, the advertisers wanted to be on your show. So even though we were not good, we got a certain audience that was buying like BMWs. So that kept us on the air.
Tell me about being a Lego, transforming. It did not look comfortable, I have to tell you.
It was okay. I was fine with it. I just wanted to be it so bad. I wanted to be in the toy. Seems like, you know,
So
if you bought that toy,
yeah,
and you could get me shrunk down in it, wouldn't that be the ultimate?
I'd be very into having you as a Lego, but I have to tell you, I was worried about you because it looked like there was a little bit of a wedgie in this area.
Yeah. There's lots of...
Just between you and me, was there a little wedgie?
A lot of issues below the waist.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
I mean, that round area. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I loved Netflix's press release. It was brilliant. Did you read it?
The new show thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It said Netflix will launch 180 episodes of a situational comedy called Seinfeld, created by rising New York comedian Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David, who wrote for Saturday Night Live for a single season.
That's right.
So how did you feel about, the fact that they would take a chance on a young New Yorker just like you? Did that feel good?
Yeah.
It
yeah.
did.
And to make that many shows, not knowing if anyone was going to like it, it was quite a gamble.
It really was. Thank you, Netflix.
Yeah.
Sitting here with this beautiful view in Rockefeller Center, New York's been through a lot.
Yes.
You wrote a really beautiful article that I feel like everybody posted online. What does it feel like to be here on this day, beautiful fall day in a city that you love so much?
I am humbly proud of that I stuck up for my town.
Yeah.
I just love this town.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know, I grew up all around here, so you know the people, you know what they're made of. You know, you're not getting rid of this. There is nothing like this anywhere in the world.
There's a resilience.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And on a day like this, there's nowhere better to be.
No, it has New York on a beautiful day is really magical.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just wondering, as a Lego, could Elaine do her dance? Like, what would that look like?
There'd be a lot of clicking and clacking.
Kind of like in the knee area?
Yeah, some of the plastic might crack.
Now, does a Lego have a belly button?
No,
So,
just shirt buttons.
How would you talk from your belly button? That'd be a really hard thing.
Well, we're not going to do the whole series. I have to tell you the truth. It was really just a joke.
Oh, you're not I thought you were doing the whole series as a Lego.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it looks, but no, we couldn't do it.
Too expensive, right?
Yeah.
These days.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
News is more than a headline. It informs, it inspires, and it still matters. To cover it, you have to be in it. And that's what we're gonna do. Every night, we take you to the front lines of the story, where it's actually happening, with NBC News journalists on the ground from all over the world. We cover what you need to know and bring your newsfeed to life. In primetime and streaming live, it's your news playlist every night.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. Make the most of your day with Today All Day. Get closer to all your friends at Today in a whole new way.
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Shop today with Jill Martin.
We're helping you shop like never before.
The latest styles and biggest names. Today Food.
Things are heating up in the Today All Day kitchen.
Cooking essentials and recipe inspiration.
Get ready. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Only on Today All Day.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town forced to confront racism, but when the school board presented its plan, it ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism, it refers
false narrative.
Shame.
This is Southlake. All episodes available now.
Does the White House think they have an Afghanistan problem or a COVID problem? Do you believe the abortion issue should reflect the will of the people or the will of the elected officials? The vaccine mandate. Is this going to work or is this going to backfire? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast. Free wherever you get your podcasts.
The biggest grievance of 2021 so far. And you don't have to have one if you don't want one. But
Oh,
do you
I've
have
got
one?
tons. Sounds like a plan. That's because it is a plan. That's what the sound was. Just tell me what time you want to meet. Stop saying the thing sounds like a plan.
You know what? Actually, Hoda and I, and actually Savannah, we're in a fight over the word literally because we think it's overused.
Way overused.
Are you on my side?
Totally.
They're like,
Totally
well,
could go
literally,
too, by the way.
literally, it's freezing out here. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, it's just cold.
It's just freezing.
If it was literally freezing,
Yeah.
you would have frostbite.
That's right.
Okay, so you want to tell Hoda that you're on my side?
I'm on Jenna's side, Hoda. Stop with the literally.
Thank you.
It's not a book to begin with.
Yeah, if we want to talk literal,
Yeah.
let's go to talk Jane Austen. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You go away from New York for a couple months. What's the first thing you do when you come back?
Just walk. A walk in New York is like reading a novel. You see snippets of, you know what I love? That people yap on the phone out loud. I love hearing half a conversation.
I do too.
It's fun, right? I don't
Yeah.
find it annoying.
No,
I really
don't
like
find it annoying. In fact, when we go to restaurants, I'm like, honey, they're getting divorced. He's like, can you pay attention to me?
Yeah.
It's hard not to. Musical artist that you listen to that would surprise some people. Do you like music?
I love music. That would surprise some people.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would surprise them. I really love John Denver.
That's not a surprise.
I love America. I love the band America. And I really love Malo, who they had a song called Suavecito, which is my favorite song.
Is it really?
Suavecito?
Can you sing a little bit of Suavecito to me?
La 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 la. Sound familiar? No. You know this song, Jenna. You know this song.
Suavecito?
You know Suavecito. You don't know that you know it. It's one of the greatest Latin.
Suavecito.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No.
I'm thinking Despacito.
It's not Despacito.
Do you know Despacito by
yes,
the Bieber?
Despacito no es suavecito.
Okay.
Es diferente.
So I felt like I needed to say hello. Is that better?
Right.
No.
Is it what?
Was that better? Hello.
Hello.
Okay. What's the number one Seinfeld line that people yell at you when you're walking the streets?
They yell, where's Kramer? A lot. I don't know why I'm expected to be with him at all times. They yell, where's Kramer?
What do you say?
I go, he's not real.
He's not real. This is sort of a strange one, but last picture you took on your iPhone. I hope only if it's not appropriate.
It's always, of course, I don't do anything not appropriate.
Okay,
the
good.
last picture I took, well, it's a small story.
Okay, we've got the time as long as you do.
I watch a lot of YouTube. I like funny pet stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw
know you do.
a
There's your
bulldog
wife.
riding a skateboard. And it was so cute, and I was so fascinated. And I just thought that they just showed how this bulldog, he just loves his skateboard. He loves it. And I go, that explains so much of life right there. He just loves it. And there's no reason why. No one will ever understand why. He loves that skateboard. So later on that day, I was walking from 69th in New York to Columbus and 81st. And as I was getting up to Columbus and 81st, I saw a bulldog and a woman, same day, a woman carrying his skateboard.
Was it the same bulldog?
No.
And did you take a picture of it?
Yes.
And did you send it to your wife?
No.
Okay. I thought maybe you'd share it. I know she likes funny pet videos
I told the
too.
story. The picture wasn't great.
A little blurry.
Yeah, but it was amazing.
So I just have to go back to the fact that you like funny pet videos. Do you find comfort in them, humor? What is it?
I don't really have a pet. I know.
You do have a pet. You have Javier.
I'm not. It's not. He and I have no real relationship.
Wait, that's your wife is going to take real offense to this.
No, it's her thing.
You don't like cats?
They're okay.
But Javier is marrying my sister's cat.
That's fine.
You're not going to be at the wedding?
I guess I will.
You don't really like a cat.
I like that my wife enjoys it.
Okay.
And when he gets lost, I go looking for him.
Well, Javier does not go outside on the streets of New York, does he?
No, but we have a house on Long Island, and sometimes he will escape.
Okay, well, that's nice. So you do secretly love the cat?
Okay, secretly.
Okay, I thought so.
Let's keep it a secret.
All right, don't tell anybody.
Make the most of your day with Today All Day. Get closer to all your friends at Today in a whole new way.
Today in 30.
We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Shop today with Jill Martin.
We're helping you shop like never before.
The latest styles and biggest names. Today Food.
Things are heating up in the Today All Day kitchen.
Cooking essentials and recipe inspiration.
Is that ready? Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Only on Today All Day.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town forced to confront racism, but when the school board presented its plan, it ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse.
False narrative.
Shame.
This is Southlake. All episodes available now.
The Meet the Press Chuck Todd Cast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
Does the White House think they have an Afghanistan problem or a COVID problem? Do you believe the abortion issue should reflect the will of the people or the will of the elected officials? The vaccine mandate, is this going to work or is this going to backfire?
If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
To cover the news, you have to be in it. We'll take you to the front lines of the story, bringing your news feed to life. Streaming live every night. It's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2, but everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3! What? No soup for you. You want bread? $3! No soup for you. How would I describe the soup Nazi? I just thought he was a very militant food vendor who didn't take crap from anybody and ruled his soup station with an iron fist. And I even went into the original audition in an army uniform with a beret, so I looked like Saddam Hussein. You're pushing your luck, little man.
Sheila?
Hey!
Uh-oh.
What is this? You're kissing in my line? Nobody kisses in my line! My favorite line is the kissing line, and I was doing a thing for Sony once called the Seinfeld food truck, where we were going to different locations, and for 2 hours people would line up and get treats. And I very seldom get the chance to say that line, and there was one couple in Albuquerque, New Mexico, who were brave enough to stand there and start making out in front of me, and I finally got to say, like, "You're kissing in my line? Nobody kisses in my line!"
The main thing is to keep the line moving. So you hold out your money, speak your soup in a loud, clear voice, step to the left and receive. So
right. The step to the left part, it's been made fun of so often. I've had people come up to me and like stand like that and step to the left. And going to the actual real soup stand, I finally found out that the reason you step to the left is the menu board is to your right. So if you order and stay there, no one else could see the menu. So there actually is method to the madness. I actually say no soup for you a lot these days, but in the first 3 years after the episode, I refused to say it. I wouldn't say it for anybody. When I was nominated for the Emmy, I had interviews with a few big TV shows, and I refused to say it for them because I just thought I'd sound like a bad water cooler impression of myself out of context. And then when we shot the finale, the very first scene we shot was actually a silent scene at this bed and breakfast where I take Poppy's soup bowl away from him because he motions that he wants salt and pepper. And Jerry and Larry David decided that I should say "No Soup for You" out loud, even though you weren't going to hear it in the show, which absolutely terrorized me. But I said it, and as we walked away from that scene, Larry David walked over to me. He goes, "Hey man, you say it the same way you said it 3 years ago." So ever since then, it's like a knee-jerk. There was a lady named Marcia who was in the extra pool. And they had built the soup stand a little longer than they planned, so for me to go to the cash register and back to serve the soup was killing the timing of the lines. It was just taking too long. So they called this girl out from the extra pool because she looked like she would be working in my stand. And her name was Marcia. And she, at a moment's notice, did that thing where she pulls the bag away from George and hands him the money back. It actually got more laughs than anything I did. And to this day, when I see that scene over and over again, I laugh at her timing.
The guy who runs the place is a little temperamental, especially about the ordering procedure. He's secretly referred to as the soup Nazi.
Working with that cast was just amazing. Jason Alexander was calling me La, which is the New York shortening of Larry. There's Lawrence, Larry, La, but that's New York. And he was calling me that within about an hour of me being on the set. Julia was incredible because if I made her laugh, she would totally break up and she'd grab my hand and go, "You're so funny." So they were so welcoming. But the most amazing story to me is Jerry himself, because I've dealt with a lot of producers and directors in the world of theater, TV, film, everything. I've done some directing myself, and I know what that's like. But I've never worked with a director and producer who had less ego than Jerry Seinfeld.
Medium crab bisque.
When I did the callback, I did the 6 scenes that the Soup Nazi has, and he laughed a lot. It was great. He was laughing too much, actually. And then he had me do it again, and he said, "I don't understand why the character is so mean. Could you, kind of do it again and give it some of this, be a little nicer sometimes?" Which I did horribly. I don't think he laughed once. And I thought for sure that was, the death nail about the character. I wasn't going to get it. But I did get it, and as soon as I walked onto the soundstage, Jerry beelined over to me and he said, "You know what, man? Forget about the direction I gave you. Just do what you did when you walked in. The meaner, the funnier, I guess." And I was just astounded by his lack of wanting to be right, which almost every other director and producer has. I could go a long time without being recognized, but every once in a while, somebody will say to me, "Has anybody ever told you look like the Soup Nazi from Seinfeld?" And depending on if I have time to talk about it, because sometimes I'm in a rush or something, so I'll just say "Yeah, I get that a lot." And other times, I get to go "Yeah, I was him." And it's always fun because Seinfeld fans range from 13 years old to 83 years old, A couple of times I've been somewhere, like on the subway, or somewhere where it's crowded and people can't really see me, and I will actually hear somebody say to somebody else, "No soup for you." And I'm actually 10 people away, and they don't even know that I'm there, but I hear people say it. I actually wrote a book called Confessions of a Soup Nazi, an adventure in acting and cooking, which is part cookbook, part memoirs of, 30, 40 years of being an actor. But the reason I wrote it is because I get so many people that come up to me and they go, "You were so great on Seinfeld. Did you ever do any other acting after that?" So, but I get all kinds of stuff. I get people that think I'm really Al Yeganay, and that's, I was at your soup stand. I visited New York and I was at your soup stand, and, it was closed. When do you plan on reopening? And I have so much fun with going, I'm an actor. It's not my soup stand. It's, The funniest thing about how my life has changed after Seinfeld is I had no idea that the life I had was gone forever. not a moment goes by in my life where it doesn't have something to do with having been the soup Nazi. Really, an hour goes by and something happens where that takes over my life again. So it's a whole new existence. Where do I think the soup Nazi would be now? Well, then I have to pitch my idea for a spin-off because, see, I see a food court in Manhattan where the soup Nazi, Babu, and Poppy are all in a row with their respective little stands, and Jackie Childs comes in there every day for lunch, and we vie for his business, of course. You know, whatever the storylines are about, or whatever actually the events that happen in every episode, it really boils down to the way people treat each other. You know, they didn't treat people very well. You got to admit that. I know people loved, you know, Jerry, George, Elaine, and Kramer, but they were horrible. They treated people badly, and they always got their comeuppance for treating people badly. So I guess in the end, that's such a generational and universal, never-ending idea is you treat people a certain way and you get back the way, you know, it's like the golden rule. You know, you get back what you give. And that's really what the show is about in the
We've been waiting for this segment. Okay, one way to boost your energy is by changing what you eat. So we brought in NBC News and health nutrition editor, our pal Madeline Fernstrom. She's going to talk about superfoods.
Okay, so what she talks about, and we also brought in a chef, Chef Kevin Curry. He's the guy behind Fit Men Cook, to show us how to work those superfoods into a meal.
All right, let's get started, Madeline, because first things first, I always wonder this. Like, some days I'm depleted of energy.
Yes.
Sometimes I have tons, and I always try to break it down. Like, what did I eat? So what are the good foods that are good for energy?
Okay. When you think about energy, you want to think about complex carbohydrates. That means they're fiber rich. They're digested more slowly. So all your body cells are getting a steady stream of energy. And when you have that energy for fuel, you're going to stay perky and energized all day. It's that stream of fuel keeping your blood sugar stable.
Oats are a biggie. You got to have oats.
Oats, whole grains, potatoes. All of these are going to be really good to give you that sustained energy because you don't want that little pop. You want it to last a long time.
Okay, so let's get to the first superfood that you swear by.
Okay, one of my favorites, and it's eaten around the world, these are sweet potatoes. You can eat them anytime. They are nature's perfect carbohydrate because they are a complex carbohydrate. They have a lot of fiber. They're nutrient dense. They're filled with vitamin A, vitamin C, magnesium, potassium. And what they do is give you that steady stream of energy because they're digested slowly. Remember, fiber rich. They're also very rich in potassium. Potassium is a salt. You hear about electrolyte balance when you exercise. It's really needed for that. So it's perfect. And an added plus, it's sweet, but without added sugars.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
All right, well, we need Chef Curry. Okay, so Chef Curry, we got our potato. What are we going to eat?
Yeah. I got you, Madeline. This is a great recipe. These are some sweet potato salmon cakes. So you're going to get a boost of a whole lot of good stuff. So we've got our baked sweet potato here, and this is a cooled down, just mash it up in a bowl. Now you got to add in the personality. So we've got some smoked paprika or some chili powder, add in a little bit of turmeric for some inflammatory health. And then we're going to add in some gluten-free panko, just a little bit, and then some green onion. Now, going to mix this together. Now, this is an eggless recipe, and here is the reason why. We are going to be using salmon to go ahead and do this. Now, my good friend Jamie Oliver taught me this. Really, we're not good friends. He just follows me on like IG, but he doesn't like my photos or anything. But it's okay, Jamie. I haven't even thought about that. So we're going to chop it up into chunks and then mince it like this. And when you mince it,
is it raw or have you already cooked it?
Yes, this is raw. This is raw salmon, and we're just going to mince it with a knife. No food processor is needed, and it gets really sticky. And this helps everything to stay together. So we're going to add this into our bowl, mix this up just like this, mix it up, and you get this beautiful texture. So you're going to form some patties, fire up a nonstick skillet, add in a little bit of olive oil, and you're going to cook these for about, I'd say about 5 to 6 minutes on each side. You can even place these in the oven. And the cool thing about this is you can also bake this recipe. You're going to get these sizzling. And then let me tell you, afterwards, about 10 minutes later, you have these gorgeous, beautiful salmon patties.
Yeah, sweet potato.
With sweet potato.
That's awesome.
Delicious, Madeline. Those combinations are great. Salmon, sweet potato. You have another good one that is a Hoda favorite.
This is, okay, a favorite area when it's a match made in heaven. It's peanut butter and bananas. I mean, who doesn't love this? A match made in heaven because it's energy now and later. You have the banana that's going to be a starchy fruit that's going to be digested more slowly because of all that fiber. And then you'll get that boost of energy, plus the longer lasting boost from peanut butter. That heart healthy fat slows digestion down even more. So you'll get a pop of energy now and later. And you can combine it however you like.
All right, Chef Curry, I know how I do it. I peel the banana and slather the peanut butter on it, but I bet you have a better recipe.
She uses it as a spoon, too.
Scoop it right out.
Same thing with me, too. So this time, we're going to make some cookies, though, with this. So we're going to mash up a ripe banana in the bowl, and then we're going to add in our natural peanut butter. Now, make sure this is the natural peanut butter, right, Madeline? Not the kind that's got all the sugar and everything else. This is just natural peanut butter with the oil.
Really?
Then we're going to add in a little bit of coconut sugar or some brown sugar. And then we're going to beat up an egg, whisk an egg up, add that in there to our mix. Boom. Add in a little bit of the salt, just a little bit, a pinch of salt there. And if it's payday, you can add in some vanilla bean. If not, just add in some vanilla extract. Mix this together. And, you know, I'm not sure about y'all, but I like chocolate chip cookies. So we're going to add in a little bit of antioxidant-rich dark chocolate. Sprinkle that in. Boom. And then you mix this together, and this is your cookie batter. Now, you can put this into the fridge if you need this to firm up just a little bit, but then you're going to scoop it out just how you would normal cookies and then bake these for about 10 to 12 minutes. And look at this. Beautiful, dense cookies. Oh, my God. Look at that.
Hey,
look
guys,
at that. Look at that.
Thank you, Chef Curry. And thank you, Madeline. We miss you for these recipes. And a bonus one, popcorn and granola. Go to today.com/health.
Sometimes the news can be difficult and overwhelming for kids to understand.
Will coronavirus come back next year?
So to help make sense of it all, we've created a newscast just for them. Man, you know a lot. We hope your family will watch Nightly News Kids Edition.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30.
We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule, streaming every day on Today All Day.
Do you feel like the bad guy in this? Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in? Has it been worth it to make this trip?
Do you feel like you're giving a green light to politicians?
How do you explain why your case has become so important?
Make the most of your day with Today All Day. Get closer to all your friends in today in a whole new way.
Today in 30.
We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Shop today with Jill Martin.
We're helping you shop like never before.
The latest styles and biggest names. Today Food.
Things are heating up in the Today All Day kitchen.
Cooking essentials and recipe inspiration.
Get ready. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Only on Today All Day. For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
It is Superfood Friday, and we have a twist for you on a takeout favorite.
Here to make egg roll bowls, today nutritionist and our pal Joy Bauer. Good morning, Joy.
Good morning, guys. Oh, my goodness. I wish you could smell how fabulous it is in my kitchen right now. I mean, this is when we need smell-o-vision. I think you're going to love this one.
So it's like a deconstructed egg roll kind of turned stir-fried.
Right. And it has all of those Asian flavors that we love and we crave, but I'm cutting the carbs and I'm bumping up the protein.
Okay.
So here, what I've started with, I blasted shiitake mushrooms with some heat. And what I love about these mushrooms, they're loaded with antiviral properties. And if you can't find shiitake, certainly you can use baby bella, or you could use button mushrooms, anything goes. Next, this is just a store-bought bag of pre-shredded coleslaw mix because the star is really the shredded cabbage.
Okay.
And cabbage is loaded with vitamin C, but it also has, it's part of the cruciferous family of vegetables. So it has compounds that are being studied for cancer prevention. And typically, I would let this wilt down and become a little bit more tender for about 3 minutes, but I'm going to fly through this and you're going to see how easy it is. Next, lean ground turkey meat. So this is just 1 pound. You could certainly use a lean ground sirloin if you want, or you can use ground chicken. And it's all about the marinades. It's all about the flavor.
Well, I was just about to ask you, because right there, it could go a number of ways with the taste. How do you get it to taste like, a traditional egg roll?
That's exactly right. So all this is, I'm sprinkling on 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, a little bit of salt. And if you want to kick up the heat, you can also put in crushed red pepper flakes. And now for the wet marinade, this is just reduced sodium soy sauce, a little bit of rice vinegar, and we have a dash of sesame oil. And you're just going to cook this and break it up. And I'm going to bring you over to my counter and show you what the finished product looks like. So if you could imagine, in 20 minutes, this is done. So come on with me. Oh, Cole Bauer,
Joy,
come
impressive.
over here.
2-camera shoot. Wow.
It's all about Ian Bauer. And I have a real taste tester. Cole Bauer is in the house right now. Show what you're eating.
Cole can't hear us.
He doesn't have the air.
Yeah, we heard. He's so cute.
And he's going in with chopsticks. Very good.
Yeah. This is what it looks like. I'm going to garnish it. Look, it's all shredded just like the real McCoy. It's like the inside of an egg roll. And can you see that?
I could eat a whole bowl of that right now.
And really quickly, Joy, you've got a homemade duck sauce.
Okay, we need the duck sauce. 3 ingredients, Al. All it is, this is an all-fruit apricot jam, 3/4 cup, and I'm adding in a tablespoon of soy sauce and a tablespoon of rice vinegar. And once again, if you want to kick up that heat, like Joy Bauer, you put in a little bit of red pepper flakes. All you do is you mix this up. It is so tangy. It is so sweet, and it just like brings it over the top. I'm going to show you. This is one I just whipped up that Cole's been eating.
That is fantastic.
But Cole is so
Joy,
lucky.
That is so terrific. And you could use that
Cole,
later.
come on back.
Any leftovers you could probably throw into an omelet or a frittata.
Oh,
really
yeah.
great.
We got people. We got people outside. Oh, it's Gavin. You know, wait, Gavin's
What is Gavin doing here?
He's at work? Oh my gosh, we have no producers who are here. That's why Gavin was hiding.
Is Gavin back?
All
Is
right.
this what y'all are, is this what you're trying to tell
We have
us?
one producer in the house along with our crowd. We see you, Gavin, and we love you. All right, we've heard this over and over again. You are what you eat. And it is true. The foods and drinks that we consume every day affect our gut. And they can cause all kinds of bloating and gas and discomfort, not to mention bacteria.
Wow, yummy. Okay, so if your jeans were a little harder to zip after the holiday weekend, I feel like I am just a cheese cube. Our friend Madeline Fernstrom here is to take your gut back on track. She's going to help us figure out all the do's and don'ts to feeling better.
Madeline, we miss you. It's so great to see you, honey. So great to see you.
Great to see you too.
All right, let's talk about it. So we always feel crummy when we inhale junk food. I know the feeling is yucky, but what does happen to our body when we eat junk food versus like the good stuff?
You know, when you think about junk food, you're losing a lot of nutrients that your body is used to for digestion because you want to have things going nice and smoothly for your system, a lot of nutrients, a lot of fluids. So when you have junk food, as you see, you're eating now, it goes in your esophagus, your feeding tube, into your stomach. Food's digested and goes all the way through in your intestines where the nutrients and fluids get absorbed, and then you eliminate any waste products. But if you don't have healthy foods and you're missing nutrients and you're missing fluid, plus a lot of additives that your digestive tract is not used to with junk food, you're going to slow it down, sometimes get some clogging, and you're not going to feel good and have gas, bloating, constipation, and other problems.
Now, when we do have those things, like gas and bloating and constipation, why? Why do we have that in there?
You know, when you look at that, your digestive tract is complicated. So it's not just food, eating your food in your stomach and, call it a day. You have hormones and peptides and things being dumped into this whole digestive tract, and it has to move along. If you don't have enough fiber and probiotics and fluids through the big three of gut health nutrients, you're going to have some clogging. And that's where you get gas and constipation and bloating, and that sense that, something just seems to be not right. And when you don't feel good like that, it's a problem. But those big three can make a big difference. And fortunately, for digestive health, what you eat can make a big difference. And a lot of these are going to sound familiar because the diet that's good for your gut is good for your brain and good for your heart. So your body knows what it needs.
Sure. Right. All right, let's talk fiber for a second. First of all, I didn't know there were two types of fiber, the good fiber and the not great fiber. But tell us about what fibers we should be having and what are some good sources?
Fiber is really good. There's the insoluble and soluble. It doesn't matter what it means. One acts like a rotor-rooter in your digestive tract to get all of the food through your tract and keep it clean. That's insoluble because it means it doesn't dissolve in water and it just goes through untested. So it's a lot of things that are in whole grains, the fiber that's in fruits and vegetables. These are your best sources: fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and you want to get it in food. I can't stress this enough. Supplements are not nature's way of having them. If you talk to your doctor and that's recommended, that's one thing. But stick with food, and it's 25 grams. And people say, is that a lot? Well, it's about 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. Remember that old 5 a day? And so if you have a diet that's rich in fruits and vegetables and whole grains, you'll get up to 25. And that's important.
Yeah. Okay. So Madeline, probiotics is another big three. You say get it in food, though. I mean, I do take a probiotic every day.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? For some people, taking a supplement can supplement food. Remember, this is not to replace. It's to supplement the foods that you're eating. And probiotics, the healthy bacteria, you need to have them every day. You can't have a container of yogurt once a week and say, I'm getting what I need. These are healthy bacteria. And your digestive tract really needs that. It counteracts the bad bacteria, which are always in our digestive tract. And also it helps digest food and helps to keep you regular. So it's from a lot of fermented foods. So you think yogurt, kefir, it's even in miso and fermented cabbages. So it comes in a lot of places, but fermented dairy like yogurt and drinkable kefir are really good sources.
All right, good. And kombucha, too. And drink lots of water. We love you, Madeline.
Thank you.
Sorry, we got to wrap it up. We had so much more. But you know what? We can get more on our website. You can find more about gut health. Head to hodaandjenna.com.
News is more than a headline. It informs, it inspires, and it still matters. To cover it, you have to be in it. And that's what we're gonna do. Every night, we take you to the front lines of the story, where it's actually happening, with NBC News journalists on the ground from all over the world. We cover what you need to know and bring your newsfeed to life. In primetime and streaming live, it's your news playlist every night.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year. I serve an amazing group of staff and students.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year. I serve an amazing group of staff and students.
Still to come on the Channel 2 News. Well, the waters are certainly receding now.
Still too close to call. Lester Holt reporting from the
Ground Zero, as it's being referred to.
It is, in fact, the taste of freedom. The Haitian people know a little something about resiliency. What's the biggest risk right now? Some of the troops who have been proud. I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate. In fact, we've been told we can't go any farther. Here are some resilient folks. Let me get a hint. Sometimes the news can be difficult and overwhelming for kids to understand.
Will coronavirus come back next year?
So to help make sense of it all, we've created a newscast just for them. Man, you know a lot. We hope your family will watch Nightly News Kids Edition.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back. It is Superfood Friday, and today nutritionist Joy Bauer is putting a spin on 2 easy comfort food recipes. Take a look.
Hey guys, today we're making scrumptious, wholesome recipes using
a muffin tin. First up is a mac and cheese butternut squash. So here I've roasted butternut squash cubes in the oven at 400 for about 25 minutes to get them super soft. And I just take a fork and I mash them so they're the consistency of mashed potatoes. And we're gonna start our indulgent cheese sauce. I'm adding 1 cup of low-fat milk, half a teaspoon onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of paprika. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And now you have the option to add a few drops of your favorite hot sauce. Bring this to a gentle simmer. My milk is starting to gently bubble. Turn off the heat, and I'm gonna add 2 cups of 2% sharp cheddar. Mix it so all the cheese melts throughout. We've got all of this luscious whipped butternut squash, and I'm gonna mix it right in the pot. And 1 tablespoon of softened butter. And now I'm adding my sauce right into my pasta. One thing, it's important to cook the pasta, your elbows, al dente, because remember, it's gonna cook again in the oven. I'm adding in 1 large beaten egg. Now we take our muffin tin, and I'm gonna take 1/2 cup scoops to fill my compartments. I'm gonna top them with a little grated Parmesan cheese. And they go in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes. I let these sit and firm for about 5-10 minutes. Pop them out with a knife or a spoon. I mean, good for you mac and cheese that you can eat with your hands. And now we're making 3 ingredient candy bars that'll really hit the sweet spot. Chocolate peanut butter crunch cups. 2 cups of semi-sweet or dark chocolate chips. 2 cups of crispy rice cereal, although you can use any high fiber whole grain cereal, and 1/4 cup of a creamy nut butter. I'm using peanut butter. So first I'm going to melt the chocolate, either using a double boiler or in the microwave. Now I'm just adding in 1/4 cup of my creamy peanut butter. Using semi-sweet or dark chocolate chips will provide flavanols, which helps to keep our arteries healthy, our heart, our brain healthy. Now I'm just adding in my brown rice cereal. You can see this is like a crispy, puffed brown rice cereal, and mix until all of the cereal is coated. And we are ready for our muffin tin. And distribute the chocolatey, peanut buttery goodness. I just wet my fingers so they don't stick to the chocolate, and I press down to firm the shape. And just one more thing. You can sprinkle some coarse sea salt or kosher salt right over the top. Then I stash these in the fridge to firm up for about 30 minutes. As you can see, I've already dug into 2. Guys, I love this recipe so much. It's totally indulgent, perfectly portion control. You just pop them right out of the compartment. I mean, come on, you definitely want a bite of that.
I do,
and we can eat the whole thing?
I know. Well, you see us leaning forward as if that's going to help.
Today, nutritionist Joy Bauer, she is here, and in honor of back-to-school season, she's going to teach us a little lesson about how to sneak 3 superfoods back into 3 school lunches for all ages.
That's right.
I've already been nibbling. Perfect time. So let's break it down. What is our first superfood?
Okay, so our first superfood is in the spirit of an apple for the teacher.
Nice.
So this is all about elementary school kids. First, let me say why this is a superfood. There's a bazillion varieties of apples, and all of them, no matter what the variety or the color, have something called pectin within the skin and in the inside flesh. Pectin is a type of fiber that helps to lower cholesterol. The other reason I love apples, they're toteable, they're perfectly portioned, and they're only 80 calories. Apples rock.
Apples rock.
So look what we're going to make breakfast nachos using apples. And it's so simple and it's fun to do with kids. This is 1 apple just sliced. I'm going to take, this is vanilla yogurt, a Greek yogurt, but you could take any kind of yogurt that you want. And you could also have them pipe it on and have a lot of fun making squiggles.
Oh, it's delicious.
And then this is just some granola. Granola, yeah. You can use apple cinnamon or oats and honey. Yummy. And then we have some raisins, and you put on some coconut.
Okay.
I love
Isn't that great? So simple. The only prep involved is slicing the apples.
Right.
But it comes together
so delicious
very, very quickly.
Thank you, Joy.
All right, so those are for
You're
our
welcome.
elementary kids.
This could be for anybody, too.
This is for anybody. I have to tell you, when I make the recipe, I am obsessed with this recipe. But the superfood for all kids is the classic peanut butter. We got to talk about peanut butter. It comes packaged with heart-healthy fat and protein, and it's naturally lower in carbs. So it's really good for anybody that is looking to control their blood sugars. When it comes to kids also, a lot of kids do have allergies, so obviously you have to be very sensitive to that. And you can swap in with this recipe sunflower seed butter.
So I'm going to try it for my kiddos.
It's great.
They're allergic.
So this is what I'm calling this recipe. Peanut butter, coconut, cookie dough dip. It tastes like cookie dough, but it has a thinner consistency. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with this recipe. Really good. So all I've done here is I've added to the food processor peanut butter, some almond milk, ground cinnamon, a little vanilla, and you put in your coconut and you whirl it around, and it will keep in the fridge for 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah. And,
wow, that is delicious.
It tastes so good, you can't even believe it's good for you.
Soup.
Now we're talking about college kids, and what do they love, Al? Ramen.
Of course.
They love ramen.
Soup for you.
So instead, I'm going to show you how to make ramen with a superfood, zucchini. Zucchini's great because it's packed with water. It's got potassium, which helps to banish bloat, and it's naturally low in sodium. And it's so simple. You spiralize it, and you warm up vegetable broth, which you could do in a dorm room, and then you put in, where's our zoodles? And you just will simmer it in the pot or in the microwave until it becomes soft and flavorful. And there you, put that, anything goes. You could put a little salt, a little pepper, a little cayenne, however you like it. And look at that.
That's pretty.
You have a superfood ramen noodle that you can make in a cozy small. Super. Oh, that's good.
Does the White House think they have an Afghanistan problem or a COVID problem? Do you believe the abortion issue should reflect the will of the people or the will of the elected officials? The vaccine mandate. Is this going to work or is this going to backfire? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press. The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast. Free wherever you get your podcasts.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Savannah and Hoda bring you what you must know. The biggest moments of the morning.
One Republic!
Exclusive interviews.
Why did it work for you?
You're right. I am more talented than the rest.
And important headlines.
Major medical news this morning.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule. Streaming every day on Today All Day.
To cover the news, you have to be in it. We'll take you to the front lines of the story, bringing your news feed to life. Streaming live every night. It's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas. Weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year. I serve an amazing group of staff and students.
Welcome back. It is time for Superfood Friday, and Joy Bauer is here to show you how to make your sides stand out this time.
That's right.
So here we go.
And we're starting with cucumbers. Kind of shocking, but let me say that cucumbers are comprised of more than 95% water. So that means they're great in terms of hydrating, right? And every part of your body functions better, and your energy goes up when you're well hydrated. But here's something really cool. Cucumbers are only 45 calories a cuke. They are naturally low in sodium, and they're packed with potassium. So while they deliver good hydration, they also get rid of bloat. They get rid of excess water that you don't want.
Just give me the whole. So then, how are you shaking it up today?
I'm going to shake it up by making buffalo cucumbers.
Okay. Does it matter what kind of cucumber you use?
No, you can use any cucumber that you want. We're showing a whole variety over there. So here we have chopped tomato. We've got blue cheese and scallions. We're going to add our feature food, all the cukes.
So that's where you scooped out?
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is just peeled and chopped cukes. And now, Al, put some of that sauce on. This is my buffalo dressing, and give it a whirl.
What's the sauce?
And the sauce is non-fat Greek yogurt, lots of seasonings, and of course, hot sauce. And while you're doing that,
wait, what was it again?
It's I'm gonna Instagram that out.
It's on the website.
Because I really want to try it.
It's on the website.
I'm sending you the link.
Yes.
And then just to bring it to the next level, cut your cucumber lengthwise. Let's scoop out the middle.
And then just put that in there in the middle.
Yeah, and then put this right in the middle. Look how cute these are.
Okay.
These are great. And you can make it as hot and fiery as you want.
good.
Isn't that great?
Now, my favorite, Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. I'm glad you said that because they tend to be polarizing, and I want to give Brussels sprouts some love. So Brussels are part of the cruciferous vegetable family, and they can reduce certain types of cancers, the risk for certain types of cancers. Also, here's a cool fact. 1 cup delivers more than 100% of your vitamin C for the day.
Okay.
So for people that don't love them, I'm going to make a version of Superfood pigs in blankets, and I'm calling these Brussels in blankets.
Okay.
These are trimmed, sliced in half, and you put a little bit of olive oil on them.
Okay.
And now you take your turkey bacon, nice and lean, and you're gonna wrap your blanket around, and you pop it right in the oven on 400 for about 25 minutes, and you get these delicious babies.
And kids eat them too.
Yeah.
You know?
Or put
I've seen a lot of picky eaters gobble those down.
real bacon around it, and you've got a hit.
My husband said the same thing.
Edamame.
Edamame is great. It's almost like a perfect food because it's a blend of plant-based protein, fiber, and heart-healthy fats. So it keeps your blood sugars steadied and it sustains your energy levels. And it also has, yes, it has minerals in it that can prevent muscle cramping too. So I love edamame steams, right? In the pod, out of the pod. But to take it to the next level, I'm making garlic sesame edamame. That's sesame oil, some minced garlic. I put some red crushed pepper and salt. You mix that around. You put it on your steamed edamame. And this is, I think, restaurant
really
worthy.
good.
Isn't that great?
I would order these.
That's
all right.
You want all
That's
these
terrific.
recipes? They are all really good. Go to today.com/food. And guilt-free. Cheers to that.
From flowers to veils to invitations and more, wedding expenses can add up quickly and leaving you feeling down. And costs don't just skyrocket for couples and parents, but for bridesmaids, groomsmen, and even wedding guests. The popularity of pandemic micro-weddings or minimonies, celebrations with smaller guest lists, redefined traditional affairs, are leaving many couples happy with their smaller parties that also save them in big ways. Take a look.
We met on a dating app. Of course, that's the modern day love story nowadays. My first impression of Ryan was just how bubbly and energetic he was. I sort of instantly fell for him. I proposed to Ryan on December 14th, 2019, right before the world went to hell.
The emotion that went through my head when he proposed was just absolute shock. I probably didn't say a single word other than yes to his proposal for about 5 solid minutes.
Everybody wanted to congratulate us and talk about the engagement and the wedding. That was a very blissful few months. And then you start hearing the term coronavirus in the news.
Tonight, the CDC tells me we should expect more confirmed cases of coronavirus here in the United States.
It was very important to get married as members of the LGBTQ community.
We had 3 guest lists. Our highest list had around 150 people on the list. And at the end of the day, we had 60 wedding guests.
We had our wedding at a venue called Mountain View Ranch in a town called Pine, Colorado.
It was the best day ever.
I think if we went with the original plan, it probably would have definitely topped the 30K mark. I was able to put some of the extra money that we had saved towards our student loans. It's nice to know that saving for the wedding inadvertently taught us some really great money-saving habits that we're going to carry over really for the rest of our lives.
You ready to do this? Are you ready to do this? Yes. We're eloping.
We just woke up one day and decided to get married.
I think we both had this realization where it's like, you are everything I ever wanted and more. Hi, fiance. Hi. How does it feel? It feels like I'm gonna be a Mrs. Smart.
Originally, Eden and I were saving to have a big grand wedding. So we were planning to spend somewhere between 25 and 45.
We wanted like all the bells and whistles. I just had to let go of that vision, take away the frills, take away this and all the ideas of what I thought I wanted. And I just wanted to be married to you. That's all I wanted. T-minus 43 minutes until we say I do.
It was relatively easy. So the pressure of who's on the guest list, who's doing the flowers, who's catering, all of that was taken out of the equation.
We got to eat what we want. We got to do what we want. We celebrated with random people in the streets, and it was just all in all $150.
I'm really glad that we decided to elope because that really set us up for success.
We just bought a house!
We told our married friends we were gonna put all our money into buying a home, and we got approved and we found our forever home. This is just what works for us.
In the midst of looking into a house and getting married, we also were talking about kids. And so now you're left with these questions in front of you. We only have this much. Do you want a wedding? Do you want a house? Or do you want a baby? So when you're laying all of those out there, it's like one of them is a day and two of them are forever.
Did you do this? Like all of this?
Yeah.
All of it.
Financial freedom as a couple means that we are able to live the life that we imagine, that we're not restrained by money, that we're able to give our future children the life that they deserve and the life that we want to give them.
We're joined now by two leading experts in the wedding industry. Senior editor from The Knot, Esther Lee, and founder and CEO of Irene Tyndale Weddings and Events, Irene Tyndale, to weigh in on current and future wedding trends and, of course, how to balance that all-important wedding budget. Ladies, I am so glad you're here. Irene, you have been planning weddings for over 20 years. You've seen trends come and go. We just met some couples who opted for scaled-down money-saving affairs during the pandemic. Do you think these smaller weddings, these trends are going to last?
So the small wedding trend is not a new one. It's been around for a little bit. It was a necessary evil last year, right? And this year, we're receiving anywhere between 2 to 3 inquiries a week, couples wanting to still have the small, intimate weddings. And intimate does not mean that they're scaling back on their budgets necessarily. It's still having a full-blown wedding day. It's just less people in the room.
That's a really important reminder that just because you have a smaller affair doesn't mean you're going to spend less.
It's still a day full of logistics, a full timeline and production schedule. You know, we had a wedding last August and she still spent $30,000 because it was a top shelf bar, a great DJ, gorgeous decor, and it was everything she wanted with just the most important people in the room.
Esther, I want to share some of the biggest wedding headlines we're seeing and get your take on them. This is a great one for you because it's from the Knot's 2020 Real Wedding Survey, COVID-19 edition. Couples report spending an extra $280 on average on health and safety measures for their guests. Is that $280 overall or per every single guest?
So that $280 is overall per each wedding, depending on the factors of what you decide to implement into the wedding day. So it could range from having wedding masks to COVID testing that's on site. It's up to the couple to decide what they want to do to facilitate the health and safety process overall.
According to Bloomberg, wedding guests, they're dreading this big marriage boom. Irene, as a wedding planner, I know your goal is to focus on the couple's goals. But are you also factoring in the financial burden it places on their guests? And are the couples thinking about it?
Actually, they are. As a planner, I coach my couples through this. You have to consider their transportation. You have to consider, their hotel stay and those things like that. We have been seeing the brides and grooms on their information card, in their invitation, it says that we would rather have your presence than a gift.
All right, this last headline is one that I absolutely love. It's given a whole new meaning to the notion of something borrowed. It's from The Guardian, a piece, and the bride wore a rental gown. Is hiring clothes the future of fashion? A story about the wedding of the UK's Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. His new wife, despite her high-profile status, she rented her dress. I love everything about this. I've got a 20-year-old wedding dress that does nothing but collect dust in my mother's house. Esther, what do you think? Is this going to be the new trend?
We're actually seeing that a lot of brides are still, the majority in fact, are still purchasing their gowns new and in store at bridal salons. However, the rentals are up for pre-wedding events because, as you know, the bridal showers are still happening now, as well as the bachelorette parties, which are multi-day affairs. And so we are seeing the rental services all sort of rise in that for those special occasions.
We are just getting this wedding party started. Stick around for more ways to save on your big day. Plus, how to avoid the go broke or go home bridesmaid and groomsman mentality. We've also got some great interactive polls to test your knowledge on all things related to the cost of weddings. Scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen to get in on the fun. We're going to have more right after this. Does the sight of yet another one of these invitations make you sweat? How about one of these? I never even saw these before. A wedding party proposal card. Yeah, that's for real. Marital bliss comes at a really big cost, not just for the couple, but for the wedding party too. Wedding party woes, you know this, have been the subject of big screen comedies like Bridesmaids and The Hangover. But the real life financial implications of the honor of being in a wedding, they're no joke. We've got tips from bridesmaids and groomsmen to help you avoid that go broke or go home wedding party mentality. Watch this.
I feel relaxed and I'm ready to party.
The best part about being a bridesmaid.
Does the White House think they have an Afghanistan problem or a COVID problem? Do you believe the abortion issue should reflect the will of the people or the will of the elected officials? The vaccine mandate. Is this going to work or is this going to backfire?
If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast. Free wherever you get your podcasts.
News is more than a headline. It informs, it inspires, and it still matters. To cover it, you have to be in it. And that's what we're going to do. Every night, we take you to the front lines of the story, where it's actually happening, with NBC News journalists on the ground from all over the world. We cover what you need to know and bring your newsfeed to life. In primetime and streaming live, it's your news playlist every night.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year. I served an amazing group of staff and students.
Make the most of your day with
Today in
30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule, streaming every day on Today All Day.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Reunion every time.
Happy wedding day!
My friends call me everyone's groomsman because I'm always in a wedding.
My name's Kelsey Shanot, and I have been a bridesmaid in 12 weddings.
I'm Dwayne's Akins, and I think I am the male version of 27 Dresses.
I got a good one. It's my favorite.
Oh my God.
The first wedding that I was in, the dress, I think it was $64, and that was the cheapest bridesmaid's dress I've ever been asked to buy. Most of them are around $200 to $300, like in that range.
When you're asked to be a groomsman, you have to be prepared to spend money on a suit, possible travel, bachelor party,
shower gifts, wedding gifts, lingerie for the bachelorette party, travel for the bachelorette party, hotel, hair and makeup, all the things. In total, I've spent around $15,000 on being a bridesmaid. When I say it out loud, it sounds absolutely insane.
You gotta show up and you gotta go hard or go home. The most expensive item I have been asked to purchase for a wedding is a plane ticket. And the most unique item I had to purchase was the African hats that the men have to wear during the traditional ceremony.
The first weddings that I was in, I think I was 24. I was in 6 that year. And it was so fun, but definitely at 24, a little bit daunting to be putting so much expense into celebrating your friends. So much about what goes into weddings these days is fueled by what we see on Pinterest and Instagram. Everybody's wanting to have that like photo moment.
I feel like it is pressure to spend the money because you're trying to make sure that you do everything in your capacity to make sure that your homeboy's wedding goes off without a hitch. You have to step up and you have to participate. I think it's really important just to kind of check on your own self to make sure that you can actually participate before saying yes.
Had a little bit of experience working in the wedding industry and doing some different print things like invitations, save the dates, all of that kind of stuff. So I'd learned a lot about that, and as my friends started getting married, they all kind of started asking if I could help them. And it started out just like I loved to do it and I wanted to help my friends, but then I kind of started realizing that I could make up the money in what I was spending in being in their wedding by them paying me for invitations. So it kind of helped me fund my way through that first year.
When I'm asked to be a groomsman, the first thing I think about is when, what are my responsibilities, where, and how much. When I think about all the money that I spent on being a groomsman, I feel happy because majority of my friends, all of the weddings I was in, everybody's still married except for one. So I feel like the money was worth the investment.
Like, do your homework and have fun. As crazy as it sounds, I would do it all again.
Managing wedding costs does not mean you have to miss out on all the fun. And a little strategy and a side hustle can go a very long way. Coming up, how to build your financial future as a couple, which starts before your wedding day, right after this.
Do you feel like the bad guy in this? Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in? Has it been worth it to make this trip? Do you feel like you're giving a green light to politicians? How do you explain why your case has become so important?
Does the White House think they have an Afghanistan problem or a COVID problem? Do you believe the abortion issue should reflect the will of the people or the will of the elected officials? The vaccine mandate, is this going to work or is this going to backfire? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Make the most of your day with
Today in
30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Savannah and Hoda bring you what you must know. The biggest moments of the morning.
One Republic!
Exclusive interviews.
Why did it work for you?
You're right. I am more talented than the rest.
And important headlines.
Major medical news this morning.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule. Streaming every day on Today All Day.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
To cover the news, you have to be in it. We'll take you to the front lines of the story, bringing your news feed to life. Streaming live every night. It's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Does the White House think they have an Afghanistan problem or a COVID problem? Do you believe the abortion issue should reflect the will of the people or the will of the elected officials? The vaccine mandate, is this going to work or is this going to backfire? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
To cover the news, you have to be in it. We'll take you to the front lines of the story, bringing your news feed to life. Streaming live every night. It's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Welcome back to On the Money Wedding Edition. According to Time Magazine, 2021 is expected to be the biggest wedding year ever. And as couples begin to navigate their way through marriage, which isn't easy, it's important to map out their financial futures to ensure as smooth a ride as possible. What many couples don't realize is that your financial future begins before your wedding day. And who better to break down how to achieve financial freedom than personal finance expert and author of Zero Debt, The Ultimate Guide to Financial Freedom, Lynette Calfani-Cox. I know you, in part, started your whole business by digging yourself out of $100,000 worth of debt. How'd you do it?
I got into debt during my first marriage. And bottom line, he and I were both classic overspenders. I started doubling and tripling the payments I was making because I had been making only minimum payments. And then I also started negotiating a lot with my creditors. At one point, I got all my credit card interest rates knocked down. After about 3 years, able to dig myself out of that $100,000 in credit card debt.
When people start to, when they plan to get married and build their lives together, they don't talk about their spending personalities. How important is it to sort of not just merge your lives, but merge your financial personalities?
I often joke and say, I feel like God played a trick on all of us. He put us with our financial opposite. So a saver will be paired up for whatever reason with a spender. I do think it's important that couples recognize their own financial autonomy, right? One of the strategies that they can use is to have both separate and joint accounts. So you might have a joint account out of which you pay the household bills, handle the financial affairs that are common to both of you. But then you'll have that separate account where you can spend your own money. You don't have to ask for permission. It's all about team building and making sure you're headed in the right direction.
How do we start to have this conversation and then create a financial plan? Because so many of us just sort of bury it away and then money ends up burying us.
Right. Well, because money is such a taboo topic, I've come up with a strategy that I often tell couples to employ in order to get on the same page financially. And I call this strategy disclose, discuss, decide. So the disclosure part is really all about coming clean financially, because honestly, you would not believe the amount of financial secrets that people keep from one another. And then you get to the discussion phase. You really kind of have to discuss like a lot of what you've been through in the past. You want to be transparent and open with your partner, and you want to do it in a non-judgmental way. And then finally, when you get to the decide category, that phase, really, it's all about, okay, we know where we stand. We've kind of rehashed and talked about our past. We know where we are right now in the present, but how do we want to move forward as a couple, as one unit? The important thing is to be able to communicate, to be able to compromise, and this lays the groundwork for a really solid relationship. You can talk about money matters in a marriage. I'm telling you, you can talk about anything.
I want to talk about another taboo topic that's important, prenups. Because a lot of people out there think prenup agreements are a punishment. But the truth is, they're actually the rules of engagement. And it's great to set the rules before a game starts.
I typically describe it as a smart financial planning tool. Just like if you told me you had car insurance or you created a will, that doesn't mean that you're hoping to get into a car accident or that you're hoping to die. No, you're taking the prudent steps. You're doing some risk management, and you're doing it, frankly, at the best possible time.
I appreciate that you're sort of comparing this to estate planning or writing a will, because oftentimes people say, estate planning, I'm not rich, I don't have that kind of money, and they look at prenups in the same way.
So first of all, it's totally a misconception to think that, I don't have a lot of money and therefore I don't need a prenup. Because frankly, the prenup is doing something for the future. It's helping you to think about years potentially down the road, not today.
What are some key financial questions you can and should ask before you get married?
Certainly the question about, do you want to have separate or joint accounts? That will be revealing. It'll tell you a lot about your partner's degree or need for privacy, the extent to which they want to merge household finances, and why. But then there's other matters as well. You should know each other's credit scores, for example, because you need to know whether or not you might want to, say, buy a house together or have any other joint obligations. You should also know one another's income. If you're going to be, say, filing a joint income tax return together, right? You're both going to be signing on the dotted line there. So you really should know how much your partner earns. And then I think also you should definitely have some questions around goals. And some people have very specific things based on culture, based on their family structure. Some people, for example, give money to their parents or to relatives who might be in another country. You need to know those things ahead of time.
Let's just say, Lynette, we answered all the dirty financial questions. We know all of one another's secrets, and now we're starting clean it's time to build that budget and stick to it. How do we do that and also not become sort of the nanny of the budget? I mean, that definitely messes with a relationship.
It does. No one should abdicate financial responsibility to another person. So the easy way to establish a budget is really done in 3 steps. Step 1, document all your income. And I mean everything. Step 2, document all your expenses. And then finally, and frankly, I think this is really the most crucial step, adjust to avoid certain budget busters. That's a choice that couples have to make together about where can we cut back or what should we eliminate if we find that our expenses actually exceed our income.
How important is everything you just said to relate that to our actual wedding day?
Weddings in and of themselves are a very tricky topic because all of personal finance is just that, personal. There's a huge emotional component to all of it, but you absolutely have to have a budget even for that very special day.
Lynette, thank you so much.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Coming up next, some creative alternative options to keeping your wedding budget in check right after this.
Controversy in Southlake tonight after teens posted a racist video.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town, forced to confront racism.
My children were told Rosa Parks is dead. You all have to sit in the back of the bus.
But when the school board presented its plan, this small town fight ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse.
False narrative of rampant racism.
Shame.
This is Southlake, an NBC News podcast. All episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
To cover the news, you have to be in it. We'll take you to the front lines of the story, bringing your news feed to life. Streaming live every night. It's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show in a mere 30 minutes.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule, streaming every day on Today All Day. For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
Sometimes the news can be difficult and overwhelming for kids to understand.
Will coronavirus come back next year?
So to help make sense of it all, we've created a newscast just for them. Man, you know a lot. We hope your family will watch Nightly News Kids Edition.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Have you ever heard of wedding vendors that actually help you save money? Yeah, me either. But these new companies will inspire you to dream big while actually staying on your budget. Take a look.
Micro weddings have really taken off this past year and a half. It's not just because of COVID. It's a whole new market of couples who really just want to have a small wedding. My name is Gretchen Culver, and I own Mini Weddings, micro wedding company. A micro wedding marathon day is 4 to 5 weddings in one day. Each couple has their own dedicated time slot. It's a 90-minute experience, and then the next couple comes in. It's a win-win for both our couples and our vendors. We really like to go all out on the ceremony backdrop because that's where so many of the pictures and the special moments happen. I'm always trying to think about different new looks so that when couples go to our website, they can either pick by the date or the design. And you have a professional officiant, photography, videography, all your flowers, decor, a cake, a glass of bubbles, all the music for a fraction of the price of a traditional wedding, because the cost is shared with the other couples throughout the day. So you literally just have to show up with your marriage license, pick out something to wear. It's just a really easy, fun, simple way to get married.
When I heard the price of what my flowers were going to cost for my wedding, I went into complete sticker shock. My name is Denise Zamir. My company is Bloomerant. Bloomerant is a flower sharing and florist discovery platform. We allow event hosts to find and book their florist directly on our website, and then also have the option to recycle their flowers for another wedding or event to reuse. As the first event, you can find and book your florist the way you typically would. As the second event, you have the opportunity to choose from recycled flowers. So what that means is event host had their wedding 1 to 2 days before you, and you're opting months ahead of time to reuse those centerpieces. When you're the first event, you get 10% back. If you're that second event, you save anywhere from 40 to 60% on your flowers. The flowers are always in the florist's hands. So when you're getting them next, they're coming directly from the professional. Recycling your flowers allows you to have these beautiful flowers without spending as much money as you would. And above all else, it gives them that second life. It gives them the opportunity to live on as opposed to being thrown out.
I'm Annie from Planny. Planny is a network of global event planners who are available to be hired on an hourly basis, like having an event planner on demand. All you do is go on the site and then we match you with someone that's in your local area and an expert in the type of event that you're doing. Most planners have a 1 hour minimum, which is a great way to just do a little trial and see if you're a good fit with that planner. You don't have to use the full service. Maybe you just need design help, or maybe you just want some help finding the venue. Whatever it might be, you can pick and choose which of those pieces you actually need and make a very customized experience for yourself. What you'll find is it's about 100 times less whatever the market value is for a full service package. The number one thing I hear from couples is, this is exactly what I was looking for. It's my favorite thing. The relief that I hear from clients that they're gonna get support, like help is on the way.
These substitutions are a very clever alternative, helping couples achieve their dream day without breaking the bank. And that is what we are here to do, showing you ways to live well within your means and be happy doing it. Thank you for joining our very special wedding edition of On the Money, and to our guests and experts for sharing their stories and insights on the all-important wedding planning process, which should be joyful. Whether you are going big or small, using something borrowed, new or old, we hope these budgeting tips leave you feeling like you got your happily ever after. See you again soon.
Hi there, I'm Jill Martin. Well, you've no doubt heard the phrase, what goes around, comes around. From fashion to beauty, home decor to tech, many of your old-time favorites have been updated to become this season's hottest finds. In fact, many of today's biggest trends throw back to items we loved way back when. Fellow 70s babies, I know you are with me and regretting giving away some of your old goodies, but you don't need to have lived through those decades to appreciate all they can offer. So, I've rounded up my favorite retro finds and tips to make them feel fresh and fun. And of course, because it's me and because some things never go out of style, there will always be a deal. Over the next hour, I'll share over 30 products, some at over 80% off. True classics that prove what's old is definitely new again. And talk about going back in time, Mario Lopez joins us and we get all the nostalgic feelings as he reflects on playing heartthrob AC Slater again over 30 years later. So let's get ready to reminisce on the good old days and shop iconic styles that truly stand the test of time. This is Peacock Presents Steals and Deals, Throwback Edition. We hope to simplify your shopping experience with features that make it super easy to shop along with us. Do you see the QR code at the bottom of your screen? It will be there throughout the show, giving you instant access to my product picks. All you need to do is this. Open the camera app on your smartphone, point the camera to the screen, and hold your phone there until your device recognizes the QR code and shows you a notification. Just tap the notification to open the link and start shopping. Plus, we've created a special destination on today.com where you can shop all the items you see on today's show. Simply visit peacock.today.com to get a head start on your shopping and saving. Do you ever see a trend pop back into style and think, that looks familiar? Well, I know I have kept several special fashion pieces over the years, knowing they would make a comeback. Often these items become the foundation of a great wardrobe. That's the key to investing in the classics. You'll continually find ways to wear them again and again. So if you're looking for some of these pieces that are just as perfect present day as they will be down the road, you are in luck. Here I found iconic accessories, many of them throwing back to your favorite trends over the past 5 decades. And each one able to create a stylish statement now and for years to come. All right, let's start. First up, we have the Jags LA striped or studded clutches, the retail $185 to $225. Now, these leather clutches are such a chic nod to the 70s and 80s. The striped style features color black stripes, while the studded version includes fun hardware details. Both have a convenient and cute wristlet and modern day touches, like the space to fit a cell phone. Remember when we didn't have one? This is a perfect little clutch to stash in your larger tote. Simply grab it and go when you don't want to carry a heavy handbag on an errand or a night out. The retail $185 to $225. The deal $49, up to 78% off. Next, one way to truly mix up your style and have a little fun with decades past, sunglasses. Velvet eyewear style box, a great way to do it. The retail $129. Now this deal features a beautiful box ready for gifting, filled with 3 sunglasses, curated to suit your face shape or just have a little fun with it. There are 12 different boxes to choose from for face shapes including oval, round, square, and heart, and additional boxes for iconic styles like the aviators, a nod to the 80s, and cat eye, perfect to channel a 60s vibe. Each set comes with 3 microfiber pouches and a storage box as well. Perfect gift and perfect for you if you like to switch up your look every day. Or you can buy a box and split it up for gifts for friends and family. The retail $129, the deal $35. That's 73% off. All right, moving on, always popular jewelry. We have a few fun styles that add a little something special to any outfit, starting with the Lena Wald's initial cube necklace. The retail $190. This initial cube necklace is such a throwback to the 90s. Remember when we used to make our own jewelry and bracelets with the beads and letters? Well, this is a classic take on those fun styles, available with your choice of letter in sterling silver or gold-plated colors. You can even buy multiple and layer with your own initials or maybe the initials of a spouse, child, or a loved one. The retail $190. The deal, get this, $39. That's 80% off. And my next find is another piece of jewelry that's personalized. I love this, the engraved ID bracelets from Christina Green, the retail $65. This is also a classic piece that will go with everything. This personalized ID bracelet, a modern take on those custom name necklaces we all loved in the 2000s, can be engraved with any meaningful message, word, or letters. Customize it with your initials or maybe a special date or saying that you love. It's available in gold and rose gold. Choose whatever works best with your existing jewelry. And I love the idea of stacking several for a fun custom arm party. They also make a great gift or just a little treat for yourself. The retail $65, get this, the deal $18. That's 72% off. All right, and next I have the ultimate classic jewelry piece, the freshwater pearl strands from DH Pearls, the retail $250. Now, as we know, pearls are such a great investment because they really never go out of style. I love their versatility. They can truly be worn for any occasion. Nod back to the 60s, pairing them with your favorite dress for a refined classic look, or layer them with your existing silver, gold, or studded pieces to channel your inner 1980s pop star. These beautiful strands feature 8 to 9 millimeter pearls strung together on an elegant 18-inch necklace. It has a stainless steel magnetic closure, so it's easy to secure. The pearls come in 4 colors. Scan the QR code or head to our site to see all the options. The retail, $250. The deal, $45. That's 82% off. Here's a cozy find that's a great buy as we head into the colder months. The ribbed pom-pom beanie and lined mitten sets from Lemon. The retail, $60. Now, pom-pom beanies are a tried and true cold weather style that we see year after year. These sets are such a classic knit and remind me of those fun preppy knit styles of the 80s. The set is a perfect addition to any of your existing coats or jackets. It's also wool-free, so it's not itchy. and still provides the perfect amount of warmth needed. The mitten is also lined with faux fur for additional warmth, comes in 3 great colors, and it's another great gift. The retail $60, the deal $30, that's 50% off. Plus, for all the 80s and 90s kids out there, we have some special merchandise that'll help you kick it old school, like Zach, Kelly, Slater, Screech, and the rest of the Saved by the Bell crew. We have the Bayside High sweatshirt. This cozy hoodie makes a great gift for all the Saved by the Bell super fans out there. It features a kangaroo pocket and jersey line hood for a fun, laid-back style that helps you show your Bayside High pride. This special throwback sweatshirt is sold by the NBC store, which is owned by our parent company, NBC Universal. The retail $42.95, the deal $21.50. That's 50% off to go old school. And be sure to stay tuned for later in the show when Mario Lopez joins me to chat about his iconic role as AC Slater in the hit sitcom. Well, that wraps up my fall style guide. Let's go through the products one more time. We have the Jags LA striped and studded clutches, the Style Box from Velvet Eyewear, the Lena Wald initial cube necklace, the Christina Green engraved ID bracelets, the Freshwater Pearl strands from DH Pearls, the ribbed pom-pom beanie and lined mitten sets from Lemon, and the Bayside High sweatshirt. To shop these products, scan the QR code below with your smartphone or simply head to peacock.today.com.
And just a reminder, if you purchase something through the QR code or links on today.com, Today and Peacock earn a commission.
Well, if you're already on the reminiscing train, stay tuned because I've rounded up the hottest fall beauty buys that will give you all the nostalgic feels and help you master many classic beauty looks. And now that you've got your Bayside High gear, stick around as Mario Lopez joins us with his favorite memories from Saved by the Bell and what he's up to now. That's coming up only on Peacock Presents Steals and Deals Throwback Edition.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year. I served an amazing group of staff and students.
Hey everybody, it's Hoda Kotb from the Today Show. I am so excited to tell you about my new podcast, Making Space with Hoda Kotb. I sit down with some incredible people and we'll hear some uplifting stories.
Listen to Making Space now on Apple Podcasts.
Still to come on the Channel 2 News. Well, the waters are certainly receding now.
Still too close to call.
Lester Holt reporting from Ground Zero, as it's being referred to.
It is, in fact, the taste of freedom. The Haitian people know a little something about resiliency. What's the biggest risk right now? Some of the troops who have been proud. I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate. In fact, we've been told we can't go any farther. You are some resilient folks. Let me get a hint.
Controversy in Southlake tonight after teens posted a racist video.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town, forced to confront racism.
My children were told Rosa Parks is dead. You all have to sit in the back of the bus.
But when the school board presented its plan, this small town fight ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse. False narrative of rampant racism.
Shame.
This is Southlake, an NBC News podcast. All episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule, streaming every day on Today All Day. For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Steals and Deals Throwback Edition. Well, one of the easiest ways to play with the decades past, beauty. With these products, you can relive some of the best trends of yesterday with the styles of today. All right, let's get going. Up first, we have the Blossom Roll-On Lip Gloss Bundle. The retail $48 for the set of 8. Now, this fun roll-on lip gloss gives new meaning to flower power. It features real dried flowers in the bottle, and how gorgeous are these? This gloss brings the classic dewy lip from the 90s without that sticky feeling. The bold scents like coconut and cherry smell as good as they look. Made in California and with modern beauty standards to boot. They're vegan and cruelty-free. The retail $48 for the set of 8. The deal for the set, $22. That's 55% off. You could also break these up and gift them. They're great. All right, next up, we're finding ways to recreate classic hairstyles with the InStyler Freestyle Max Heated Brush. The retail $59.99. Now, this versatile duo styler can be used to create dozens of looks, from waves and curls of the 70s to sleek, straight styles of the 90s. Play around with the iconic do's from the 80s or use it to get the perfect curtain bang. They're back and now better than ever. The tool is super easy to use. Use it open for a built-in flat iron or closed for the heated round brush for more volume. The retail $59.99. The deal $29. That's 52% off. It does a lot. All right, this next item I am obsessed with. I never thought scrunchies went out of style. The Kish Glam Hair Accessories, the retail $80 to $90. We have an exclusive bundle featuring endless throwback nostalgia, including headbands, scrunchies, and pearl bobby pins just for you. The brand collaborated with celebrity hairstylist Justine Marjan to recreate iconic 80s accessories to add some glam and elevate the everyday looks of today. The versatile pieces work well for all hair types and styles. The set comes in black and blush. This is a must-have. The retail $80 to $90. The deal for the set $19, up to 79% off. All right, moving on to the face and some of my favorite makeup finds to celebrate the best looks of any decade. The Beth Bender Beauty NYC Forever Girl Set, the retail $80. This eyeliner kit brings the iconic styles of New York runways to the bathroom mirror with ease. The NYC Forever Girl Kit includes a gel eyeliner, 4 precise brushes, and a stencil pack to recreate perfect eyeliner looks every time. Have you ever wanted to try a cat eye or winged eyeliner or the modern retro liner, but you've been too intimidated? Well, now you can without the stress. Simply put the stencil on your lid and fill it in with the gel liner and you're set. The retail, $80, the deal, $24, that's 70% off. And next up, we have the Catherine Natural Cosmetics Eyeshadow Palette and Highlighter Compact. The retail is $55. We have another exclusive cosmetic bundle for you on this special throwback edition of Steals and Deals. The 4-piece Fall Nude Makeup Collection includes a 6-color eyeshadow palette, the brand's best-selling Sienna's Highlighter Compact, and 2 brushes. Mix and match your favorite trends across the decades with one easy-to-use palette. The neutral shades work for any skin tone and are long-wearing. The retail, $55. The deal, $27.50. That's 50% off. And if there's one beauty trend from the 80s that I'm so glad is back, thick and natural brows, and for an at-home eyebrow makeover, try Brow Bar by Rima's Bombshell Brow Kit. The retail, $42. This kit offers everything you need to shape, style, and transform your brows. The 6-piece set comes with golden tweezers, brow definer pencil, 2-sided spoolie and brush, brow lift concealer and highlighter, and 2 long-lasting brow powder shades. Kits come in a chic gold cosmetic palette and are available in 3 shades, dark, medium, and light. The retail, $42, the deal, $25, that's 40% off. Now I want to share with you one of my favorite 90s trends that is brighter and bolder than ever, and you can recreate it with the Nailtopia Nail Polish Collection. Retail, the 3-pack sells for $30. Their signature polish formula uses superfood extracts from raspberries, oranges, spinach, and blueberries to create this vegan beauty buy. Grab a 3-color set to paint each of your nails a different color for the ultimate Skittles manicure. And as an exclusive buy for the Steals and Deals special, Nailtopia created collections based on iconic NBC shows of the 90s, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Saved by the Bell, and Full House. How cool is that? The retail for the 3-pack sells for $30. The set goes for $15 on this show. That is 50% off. And next up, something for the men. This is the E-Shave Solution Shaving Kit. The retail, $154. Now, the kit includes a pre-shave oil, shaving cream, aftershave soother, plus Pure Badger shaving brush and stand. Rediscover the art of the wet shave at home by using a razor and this complete kit for a super smooth shave every single time. A close shave never goes out of style. It comes in 3 signature scents: orange, sandalwood, verbena lime, and white tea. The retail $154, the deal $54 for that entire set. That's 65% off. And last up, feeling good and looking good are about so much more than what you put on. I believe that creating a perfect space to get ready in every day never goes out of style. So up next, the personal mini cooler by Zumi. The retail $119.99. If you have fond memories of the 80s train case, this mini fridge is the perfect addition to your beauty corner for all temperature-sensitive products. Put your face masks, jade rollers, or creams inside the 4-liter cooler, and it keeps them at a consistent chill temperature. Choose from black, white, or red. The chic design adds a nice decor element to any bathroom, and you can even plug it into the car for road trips for drinks and food. It's so versatile and so cool, literally. The retail $119.99, the deal $45, that's 62% off. All right, that wraps up our best throwback-inspired beauty buys. Let's run through the products one more time. We have the Blossom Roll-On Lip Gloss, the InStyler Freestyle 7X Max Heated Brush, the Kish Glam Hair Accessories, the NYC Forever Girl Set by Beth Bender Beauty, the eyeshadow palette and brush set from Catherine Natural Cosmetics, the Bombshell Brow Kit from Brow Bar by Rima, the Nailtopia Nail Polish Collections, and the shaving kit from eShave. Also, don't forget the personal mini cooler by Zumi. To shop these deals, simply scan the QR code below or head to peacock.today.com. Throughout the space here, we have some of the coolest finds from way back when. I mean, the lava lamp. So coming up, we're sharing retro reboots, 5 modern updates to some of your favorite gadgets. That's straight ahead, only on Peacock Presents Steals and Deals, Throwback Edition.
Does the White House think they have an Afghanistan problem or a COVID problem? Do you believe the abortion issue should reflect the will of the people or the will of the elected officials? The vaccine mandate. Is this going to work or is this going to backfire?
If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Still to come on the Channel 2 News. Well, the waters are certainly receding now.
Still too close to call.
Lester Holt reporting from the Ground Zero, as it's being referred to.
It is, in fact, the taste of freedom. The Haitian people know a little something about resiliency. What's the biggest risk right now? Some of the troops who have been proud. I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate. In fact, we've been told we can't go any farther. You were some resilient folks. Let me get a hint.
News is more than a headline. It informs, it inspires, and it still matters. To cover it, you have to be in it. And that's what we're gonna do. Every night, we take you to the front lines of the story, where it's actually happening, with NBC News journalists on the ground from all over the world. We cover what you need to know and bring your newsfeed to life in primetime and streaming live. It's your news playlist every night.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Sometimes the news can be difficult and overwhelming for kids to understand.
Will coronavirus come back next year?
So to help make sense of it all, we've created a newscast just for them. Man, you know a lot. We hope your family will watch Nightly News Kids Edition.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show
in a mere 30 minutes.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule, streaming every day on Today All Day.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back. Well, as we continue our throwback to decades past, it's easy to see just how much has stayed the same. But one thing that has definitely changed over the years, technology. But don't worry, that doesn't mean the gadgets we used and loved years ago haven't come back to life in new and exciting ways. Perhaps you remember parties with strobe lights and great funky music of the 70s. You don't have to turn back time to bring those party vibes back. Here we have the Aduro Monolith Light-Up Tower Wireless Speaker. I mean, looks like the lava lamp, right? You can help achieve this vibe right at home. The retail, $79.99. Now, it's a wireless speaker with color-changing LED lights and quality sound that's compatible with a smart device. The battery lasts about 3 hours, and it's portable, so you can bring the celebration wherever you go. Get ready to get your groove on. The retail, $79.99. Our deal, $25. That's 69% off for tons of fun. Well, next up, a unique way to give your decor a fun retro look. The Hearth & Haven Hollywood LED light-up message light box. The retail, $39.99 to $59.99, depending on the size that you choose. How exciting is this? This is such a creative way to share a favorite quote, message, or even use emojis to express yourself. They act like a modern-day sticker book. It's battery operated, so you can take it from room to room or mount it on the wall to add a fun throwback fixture to your space. It comes in 3 different sizes. The retail, $39.99 to $59.99, depending on the size you choose. The deal, $13 to $19, up to 68% off. Moving on, if this tour of the yesteryear is making you smile, you're in luck, because remember instant photos? Well, today the trend is back, but it's sleeker and has better quality and is rechargeable. The Kodak Smile Instant Print Digital Camera, the retail, $99.99. Now, this camera is very user-friendly, so anyone can snap easily, edit, and share photos anywhere. It comes in lots of fun colors and also uses zero ink technology to print on sticky-backed photo paper, so no frames needed, and it has a slide-out case. It makes it so easy to capture those timeless moments. The retail, $99.99. The deal, $75, and they rarely give a deal. That's 25% off. All right, ready to bring this trend even further into the present day? Upgrade the photos you have with your phone with high-resolution technology that will make them come to life. The Vista Shop's 11-in-1 photography bundle, always popular. The retail, $99.95. Now, this bundle has everything you need. You'll be able to zoom 8 times to bring images closer and clearer. You can also use a selfie stick with a remote control, get wide-angle pictures, use a fisheye lens, and more. It clips right onto your smartphone, and it's compatible with Apple and Samsung phones and comes in 5 vibrant colors. The retail, $99.95. The deal, $24 for the bundle. That's 76% off. And finally, remember grooving to your favorite cassette on your Walkman? I do. Well, enjoy that blissful pastime with better sound. Headphones have been reinvented, and they are better than ever. The Gabba Goods Lyrics over-ear foldable Bluetooth headphones. The retail, $39.99. These headphones are tailored for immersive and high-fidelity sound, and they are ergonomically engineered for comfort. And the brand says it plays 4 hours of continuous wireless playback. No more getting caught up in cords. They come in 3 bright colors and fold so you can take them anywhere. The retail, $39.99. The deal, $14. That's 65% off. And that wraps up our amazing tech finds. The deals again are the Monolith Light-Up Tower Wireless Speaker by Aduro, the LED Light-Up Message Light Boxes by Hearth & Haven, the Kodak Smile Digital Instant Print Camera, the Photography Bundle by Vista Shops, and the Lyrics Headphones by Gabba Goods. To shop these products, simply scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen or head to peacock.today.com. And hang tight, we're sharing classic children's finds that make us all feel like a kid again. And later, Mario Lopez joins us for a special toast and all the details about returning to his iconic 90s role. All that and more coming up on Peacock Presents Steals and Deals Throwback Edition.
Still to come on the Channel 2 News. Well, the waters are certainly receding now.
Still too close to call. Lester Holt reporting from
Ground Zero, as it's being referred to. It is, in fact, a taste of freedom.
The Haitian people know a little something about resiliency. What's the biggest risk right now?
Some of the troops who have been proud.
I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate. In fact, we've been told we can't go any farther. You with some resilient folks, let me get a hint.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today.
Let's go.
Is the Delta variant more dangerous to kids, or is it simply more transmissible?
Maryland's Principal of the Year. I served an amazing group of staff and students.
Does the White House think they have an Afghanistan problem or a COVID problem? Do you believe the abortion issue should reflect the will of the people or the will of the elected officials? The vaccine mandate. Is this going to work or is this going to backfire?
If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Do you feel like the bad guy in this? Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in? Has it been worth it to make this trip? Do you feel like you're giving a green light to politicians? How do you explain why your case has become so important?
Hey everybody, it's Hoda Kotb from the Today Show. I am so excited to tell you about my new podcast, Making Space with Hoda Kotb. I sit down with some incredible people and we'll hear some uplifting stories.
Listen to Making Space now on Apple Podcasts.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
To cover the news, you have to be in it. We'll take you to the front lines of the story, bringing your news feed to life. Streaming live every night. It's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
As we continue to explore fun old school trends that are coming back in new ways, it's easy to think back to childhood and the classic toys or activities we enjoyed so much growing up. Maybe you had a play kitchen or collected trading cards, or maybe you decorated your home with disco balls like me. Sometimes just seeing those items can bring us back. Well, the good news, we have the best products to make you feel just like that no matter your age. So get ready to go back in time and create new traditions with the kiddos in your life. First up, the Handstand Kitchen Baking Set Bundles. Great for delicious treats and memories with your little ones. The retail $50. The set includes a unicorn silicone baking mold, frosting bottle, and 4 tips. Complete the whole unicorn collection with the cookie stamp and flipper set and cookie cutters. Make cakes, cookies, frozen treats, or even home items like crayons and soaps with these molds. How cool is that? And if you're looking to get a jump start on your holiday gifting, these baking sets come in Holiday Tree, Gingerbread Man, and Winter Wonderland. The pieces are the perfect size for little hands and are safe for kids ages 6 and up. The retail $50, the deal $25. That is 50% off. Next up, we've got this generation's way to light up the night with Hearth and Haven decorative wooden table night lights. These are so cool. The retail $59.99. These lights were designed to add some fun to any room and give a soft, warm glow. They come in unicorn, swan, or old school TV shape. Who remembers TV antennas? I do. And it's a great way to add a playful atmosphere to any bedroom. The retail $59.99. The deal $17. That's 72% off. Next up, a good old classic fun way to communicate with your friends, the walkie-talkie. Remember those? Well, they're still around, they're so much fun, and they're great for games with neighbors and even playing with your siblings at home from different rooms. The Play Zoom walkie-talkie 2-pack will allow you to connect to each other inside and outside. It's so easy to use, just switch the on position and push talk. They are perfect for kids ages 3 and up. The retail $49.99, the deal $19, that's 62% off. Remember rocking out to your favorite CD on your portable player? I even remember tape recorders. The Gavagood Safe Sounds kids headphones are perfect for ages 10 and younger. As an added protective feature, the volume is limited on these and prevents kids from raising it so they don't play it too loudly. They fold for easy travel, have an adjustable and comfortable headband, perfect for streaming music, doing homework, and playing games, and they look really cool. The retail $24.99 to $29.99. The deal $14, that's up to 53% off. Next up, books are such an important part of our childhood. I'm sure you remember a favorite. I have so many, but there are some classics that truly stand the test of time. Let's move on to the children's classic book sets by Penguin Random House, Penguin Young Readers. The retail $50.96 to $59.94. These are a great way to revisit your favorites and introduce them to your kids, and also discover new ones together. Choose from 9 iconic children's sets like The Very Hungry Caterpillar and newer faves like Dragons Love Tacos. A wonderful way to engage your children, expand their imaginations, and create lasting memories. The retail $50.96 to $59.94. The deal $19 for the set. That's up to 68% off. Finally, I loved playing with My Little Pony growing up. Well, now they're back with modern day touches. My Little Pony by Hasbro has an interactive pony kids can control. A new generation movie, Sing and Skate Sunny Star Scout. It's fun for singing along with the cordless mic or make her spin around and dance with you. There are 50 combinations of lights, sounds, and movements. And don't worry, you could still brush her soft hair. The retail $52.99, the deal $37. That is 30% off. Let's run through the products one more time. The handstand kitchen baking sets, the decorative wooden table nightlights by Hearth and Haven, the walkie-talkies by PlayZoom, the Safe Sounds Kids headphones by Gabba Goods, the children's classic book sets by Penguin Random House Penguin Young Readers, and the new My Little Pony Sunny Star Scout. To shop these products, simply scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen or head to peacock.today.com. Coming up, do you know what time it is? Mario Lopez joins me to discuss the lasting impact of Saved by the Bell and more. We'll be right back. This is Peacock Presents Steals and Deals Throwback Edition.
Still to come on the Channel 2 News. Well, the waters are certainly receding now.
Still too close to call.
Lester Holt reporting from the Ground Zero, as it's being referred to. It is, in fact, the taste of freedom.
The Haitian people know a little something about resiliency. What's the biggest risk right now? Some of the troops who have been proud. I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate. In fact, we've been told we can't go any farther. You were some resilient folks. Let me get a hint.
Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show in a mere 30 minutes.
Savannah and Hoda bring you what you must know. The biggest moments of the morning.
One Republic!
Exclusive interviews.
Why did it work for you?
You're right. I am more talented than the rest.
And important headlines.
Major medical news this morning.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule. Streaming every day on Today All Day. For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
Controversy in Southlake tonight after teens posted a racist video.
It was a wealthy, idyllic town forced to confront racism.
My children were told Rosa Parks is dead. You all have to sit in the back of the bus.
But when the school board presented its plan, this small town fight ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse.
False narrative of rampant racism.
Shame.
This is Southlake, an NBC News podcast. All episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts. It was a wealthy, idyllic town forced to confront racism, but when the school board presented its plan, it ignited a national firestorm.
Critical race theory.
Racism in reverse.
False narrative.
Shame.
This is Southlake. All episodes available now.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, you can't talk about nostalgia without talking about throwback TV. And if you're like me, just hearing the theme song of an 80s or 90s show can send you right back to that decade. For over 30 years, Mario Lopez has been on the airwaves from Saved by the Bell to today on Access Hollywood. He's all grown up now, but he's back, reprising his role as AC Slater on the Peacock reboot, Saved by the Bell. I sat down with him to talk all things then and now. Take a look. Mario, thank you for joining us. I cannot think of a better person for our throwback episode. I grew up watching you, and I'm sure so many people come up to you and say that.
Oh, thank you very much, Jill. I appreciate you having me on. I also appreciate your acid wash denim jacket. You are rocking that.
Can you believe that we're talking about Saved by the Bell? Do you believe that it's 30 years ago?
We were actual teenagers playing teenagers, which is rare if you think about it, because usually you got people like in their 30s playing teenagers. And so I think that was part of the appeal for kids, because it was a Saturday morning show. and very warm and fuzzy. And never did I think it'd be talked about or even mentioned, much less a reboot 3 decades later. So yeah, it's a trip when I think about it.
Tell me about your character then and what you had in common with AC Slater.
Well, the thing is when we got the role, my character was supposed to be like a Vinnie Barbarino in Welcome Back, Kotter, kind of like Travolta's character, a little bit more of a street kid. But they wanted to incorporate as much of our personality into our character as possible. So they asked us to write down all the stuff we could do. So I wrote down, I danced, I played the drums, I wrestled, I did, I had a lot of activities. So they incorporated that into the character. That wasn't originally it. So in essence, the character was really more me. I was the only kid on our show, and for that matter, any other show that I knew had teenagers on that went to a regular public school. Well, and it was awesome because I got to have real life and have real friends. And I went to prom and I played sports and I went to dances. And it was cool. And just in the summertime, I worked on Saved by the Bell or other stuff. So it worked out really well having a balance.
This whole show is about nostalgia. What do you remember about that time? What were you wearing? What were the trends?
I mean, that time, that was, early 90s, right? As far as the fashion, oh my gosh, I look back and I'm like, I can't say what was I thinking because it wasn't up to me. They'd put you in whatever the trendy clothes is at the moment. I just put it on. That was a product of the times, and it's funny looking back. A lot of silky shirts, some Z Cavaricis. It was a trip. It's funny. Did not hold up well, but that clothes. When we did the reunion on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, I said, what if we were to revisit this? So I was kind of in the behind the scenes process, kind of making it, helping to create it, they didn't just surprise me with it. So I just said, we got to kind of figure it out. And as opposed to it being sort of just Saturday morning and warm, now it's a lot edgier, more progressive, very hip, and for the woke crowd, let's say. So I think it still has a lot of that charm. So I'm very happy with the team that was assembled.
Oh my God, look! Somebody's already here. Come on, let's go. I want to get the time capsule, but it's not worth our lives.
Oh, it's just Zach and Kelly. Stop hiding behind me.
Oh, hey.
What are you guys doing here? I think the same thing you are.
Trying to go back to the time when we were all best friends.
You must be so proud being behind the scenes and also starring in it that it got renewed for another season.
Yeah, no, I'm thrilled. I really like the young group of kids that we have working with us. They're really talented and they're great. It's nice seeing my old castmates. But yeah, you're right. Being a producer on it as well as starring in it, it made me feel good that it was received well and critics seemed to like it. So that was a nice feeling.
Did someone say football? Barely. You know, tryouts are tomorrow if you're interested. No, I'm good. Hey, you don't have to do that with me, man. I get where you're coming from.
I'm coming from the bathroom. You don't know me.
Know you? I was you. My dad was in the Army, and I bounced around from school to school. When I transferred to Bayside, I had no friends and an I don't give a frig attitude. By the way, I'm saying frig because I'm still at work, but after 3 p.m., I use the real word. Cool. This place is magic. This is where I met friends. It finally felt like I belong.
So tell us about your new role. So you go from being the heartthrob to now the athletic director.
You know, I'm like the old guy basically. So it's, but it's cool. I still feel like a kid at heart. It's neat. I mean, obviously you can't go back and be in high school forever, right? And I know a lot of people that I went to high school with personally, and they're teachers at the old high school. They're somehow affiliated. So it was an easy transition.
What is it like for you being back on set? In addition to hosting Access Hollywood Live, Netflix, you have so many roles. What was it like stepping back into the Saved by the Bell era?
When I went into the set and they did the high school and the Max, it was just kind of a trip. I was like, oh wow, this is cool. They nailed it as far as the way it looked back in the day.
Oh, look at this. It's so great to be back.
Oh, I have so many fond memories of this place. I mean, this is where I was crowned homecoming queen. And where Casey Kasem kept hosting those nationally televised dance contests for some reason.
Guys, we can talk about old times all day, but I want to hear what's new. Come on, Governor Preppy, tell us what it's like running California.
Well, I met with a seismologist who said our next earthquake will be an extinction-level event. Everyone who survives will wish they had died.
Hey, remember when we dressed Screech up as an alien?
tell us about the Easter eggs in the reboot.
Well, aside from the set and the Max and Bayside High itself, you see a lot of other familiar faces. Zach and Kelly and Lisa, who we're going to see this season. You see guys like Mr. Dewey and certain references and locations. Probably shouldn't give too much away, but there's a lot of fun little Easter eggs for the old timers.
For us, the old timers. I can't believe we're the old timers.
Oh my gosh, you guys, remember?
No! You guys put on Swan Lake because that was the only way I could graduate. Wait, why was that the only way I could graduate?
And you remember this? You guys helped my grandfather save his Hawaiian hotel.
Oh.
You guys, let's go to Hawaii this year?
Oh,
love that.
Awesome. Oh, I didn't even see this, you guys. Oh, little note for Slater. Love, your best friend Preppy. You were always doing stuff like this, man. Surprising me with little gifts you knew I'd adore.
Was I? Because that doesn't really seem like something I would do. Oh, okay. Oh, that seems like something I would do.
You have 3 children. Nobody's in high school yet. Did they watch the original, and have they seen the reboot?
My mom tried to get them to watch the original. They weren't really into it. So they're like, nah, we're good. So they probably get enough of me at home and enough of me on TV all the time. I think my daughter gave the reboot a shot. I'm not sure. She should, because it's more in her wheelhouse now. So I'm gonna try to get them to watch it again.
Did they think you're as cool as the character is?
Oh no, they don't. They never think Dad's that cool. I was working at the iHeartRadio Music Festival, and I took my daughter, Gia, who just turned 11 for her birthday there, and I got her to meet Olivia Rodrigo, who she loves, and introduce her with me on stage, and she got to see the show on stage. At that point, I was pretty cool to her. And then later that night, we saw Billie Eilish, and then I got to introduce Coldplay, and she saw me with Chris Martin. So this past weekend is probably my high point of cool dad. After that, I don't think, then there's only way, I can only go down.
Isn't it funny how you could play the coolest guy, and then you go home and you're not that guy anymore?
Yeah, no, the kids quickly humble you.
So in addition to all of these roles, you, in your free time, have created a very special drink. Tell me about Casa Mexico. Am I saying it right?
Casa Mexico Tequila. There it is. My first foray into a spirits business, and I'm not one to get into anything unless I really believe in it. And it's part of my culture, being Mexican. And at first, I just kind of got into it for fun with my partner, Oscar De La Hoya. It ended up really kind of striking a passion within our friends and people in the community. And so like, you know what, let's kind of lean into this and see what happens. And so things are going well. We're continuing to grow. It's going well so far, but it's delicious, 100% agave.
You had this at your wedding.
Yeah, so I got married in Mexico, and a buddy of mine who was working down in Jalisco to develop the tequila, he had just came up with the batch. He goes, hey, I think it's really good. I think people are gonna like it at your wedding. Let me send you a bunch of bottles. I was like, all right, great, let's send it. And so and it was a big hit. Opportunity presented itself to partner up. I asked my buddy De La Hoya, and we, we're both Mexican, and we said, let's get in there and kind of, and he was interested too, because we're both fans of the libation.
Well, I have it here, and it's delicious. And I appreciate you joining us for the throwback. So I'd love to toast you and to the
Salud.
To the Saved by the Bell reboot. Thank you for bringing my childhood into the future.
You got it. Salud, Jill.
Wasn't that so much fun? And you can catch Mario on the reboot of Saved by the Bell on Peacock. And we should mention Peacock and Access Hollywood are part of our parent company, NBC Universal. Well, coming up next, we're sharing classic finds to keep your space cozy this fall. Don't go anywhere. This is Peacock Presents Steals and Deals Throwback Edition.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app. Make the most of your day with
Today in 30. We give you a mix of everything you love about our show in a mere 30 minutes.
Savannah and Hoda bring you what you must know. The biggest moments of the morning.
One Republic!
Exclusive interviews.
Why did it work for you?
You're right. I am more talented than the rest.
And important headlines.
Major medical news this morning.
Watch Today in 30 on your schedule. Streaming every day on Today All Day.
Still to come on the Channel 2 News. Well, the waters are certainly receding now.
Still too close to call. Lester Holt reporting from the
Ground Zero, as it's being referred to. It is, in fact, the taste of freedom.
The Haitian people know a little something about resiliency. What's the biggest risk right now?
Some of the troops who have been proud.
I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate. In fact, we've been told we can't go any farther. You were some resilient folks. Let me get a hint.
The Meet the Press Chuck Toddcast, free wherever you get your podcasts.
News is more than a headline. It informs, it inspires, and it still matters. To cover it, you have to be in it. And that's what we're gonna do. Every night, we take you to the front lines of the story, where it's actually happening, with NBC News journalists on the ground from all over the world. We cover what you need to know and bring your newsfeed to life in primetime. And streaming live, it's your news playlist every night.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Sometimes the news can be difficult and overwhelming for kids to understand.
Will coronavirus come back next year?
So to help make sense of it all, we've created a newscast just for them. Man, you know a lot. We hope your family will watch Nightly News Kids Edition.
Welcome back. Well, one thing that never goes out of style is transforming your home into a cozy oasis. I love to mix and match designs from across the decades that make me feel right at home. Now I'm bringing you some of my favorite items for fall inspired by the top styles of yesteryear. All right, first up, this is an Insta makeover, a throw that is always on trend. The Malibu Luxe Bamboo Pom-Pom Throw. The retail $155. Now this best-selling throw boasts an elegant design and is ultra soft to the touch. Looks effortless in any space, and the pom-poms add some 70s flair that is not going out of style anytime soon. Made from bamboo and filled with cotton, comes in 5 colors and is a functional piece that you can confidently bring into this decade and beyond. The retail, $155, the deal, $50. That's 68% off. All right, next up, you always love these. The Wixology Candle Company cocktail-inspired candles. It's a set of 2 for $48. Now that's the retail. We have 2 exclusive candle sets influenced by the millennium with some of their most popular scents, including classic cocktails like Bourbon Neat and a Sidecar. Made with plant-based wax, the candles can burn for up to 36 hours. Once the candle is finished, rinse out the rocks glass and make yourself a cocktail inspired by the timeless recipes of the 20s and 30s included in the packaging. How great is that? The candles are the perfect way to welcome fall into your own home or give as a fun seasonal celebration gift. The retail for the set of 2 is $48, but our deal is $26. That is 46% off. All right, next up, a few kitchen throwbacks that will make you crave some old school recipes. The Sophie Conran for Port Marion Baking and Serving Collection. The retail starts at $50. Now, these are not your grandma's casserole dishes from the 50s. The chic modern dinnerware reinvents a classic must-have piece for feeding your entire family. The porcelain easily goes from freezer to oven to table and then straight to the dishwasher safely. And all items come beautifully gift-wrapped. The retail starts at $50. The deal starts at $25. That's 50% off. All right, next up, we have the minimal insulated food jars. The retail $31.50. These reusable stainless steel containers keep food hot or cold for hours. It's the perfect container to take to school or work. Each food jar comes with a separate compartment for toppings or dressings and a foldable spoon. How much does this remind you of the 50s? The compact and sleek containers come in a variety of fun colors, and the leak-proof lid will make sure your meals are as fresh as you made them before you left the house. The retail $31.50, the deal $19. That's 40% off. And finally, on a chilly day, I always love a warm drink, and that ritual is as timeless as the next item. Here we have the Kaluna & Company Nordic Design cups and saucers. For the set of 2, the retail is $38. The mugs and saucers are the perfect dish for coffee, tea, or espresso and make any tablescape look put together. They come in a variety of colors and are dishwasher and microwave safe. The sleek 70s-inspired design features a matte glaze and ergonomic handle. And the saucer is big enough to catch spills or hold a small snack. The 6-ounce mug and saucer set makes a lovely housewarming gift as well. The retail, $38 for the set of 2. The deal, get this, $18. That's 52% off. And that rounds off my favorite cozy items for your house this fall. Let's run through the products one more time. We have the Luxe Bamboo Pom-Pom Throw from Malibu Luxe, the Wixology Candle Company's cocktail-inspired candles, the baking and serving dishes from Sophie Conran for Port Marion, the insulated food jars from Minimal, and the Nordic Design cups and saucers from Kaluna & Company. To shop these deals, simply scan the QR code below or head to peacock.today.com. Another reminder that if you purchase something through the QR code or links on today.com, Today and Peacock earn a commission. Pricing and availability are accurate as of broadcast time. And be sure to tune in next month for another hour of shopping and saving on Peacock Presents Holiday Steals and Deals, where I'll bring you the hottest gifts for everyone on your winter wish list. Until then, stay groovy, everyone. Ready to get a jump start on all things holiday? Believe it or not, those special times are right around the corner. Next month, we have the perfect event to get you ready for the holiday season. We'll take you into a winter wonderland on a one-of-a-kind holiday shopping adventure. So join us for Peacock Presents Holiday Steals and Deals on November 22nd, right here on Peacock. I've rounded up the best items to deck your halls for all that's to come this magical time of year. More than 40 products, some at over 80% off. The very best holiday bargains for all the fashionistas out there. The buzziest gadgets for your treasure techies. And we found the coolest toys for kids of all ages. Plus, I'll help you style your home for holiday entertaining. And we have some exciting guests to help us find calm in the chaos. Come back to Peacock next month for your one-stop holiday shop. I've got you covered. So shop, save, and of course, celebrate the season. Only on Peacock Presents Holiday Steals and Deals.
Jill, we're now going to do the photography bundle, and you're going to read from this bundle.
Okay.
We can move some stuff here.
That was so weird. Let me do that again. This next item I am obsessed with, the Kish Glam Hair Accessories. The retail $80 to $90. Now if you ask me, the scrunchie never went out of style, but these are really cool. We feature endless throwback nostalgia, including headbands, the scrunchies. Welcome back. Well, as we continue our throwback to decades past, it's easy to see just how much has stayed the same. Until then, stay groovy, everyone. I can't believe I just said that, stay groovy, everyone. And until then, I'm Rob Burgundy. Walk and talk at the same time? I don't think so. I'm unraveling at the seams. This is when I unfold. All right. Remember rocking out to your favorite CD on your portable player? I even remember tape recorders.
Okay. All right, quiet. 3, 2.
That's coming up only on Peacock Presents Steals and Deals Throwback Edition.
Good. Right now.
Wow, thanks for the claps.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, boy.
Yay, team! Show everybody. Yay, team! Go team!
Welcome to Today All Day.
All day?
Today, all day.
All day.
This is a long way of
man,
asking
yeah.
who's your favorite character you've ever played?
The unicorn. The unicorn. You gotta have the unicorn.
What is she right there? That's why you're saying all these nice things?
Yeah, she gave me the look. Sorry to disturb your day. Everyone's mad at you, Willie.
Better make this fast. I don't want the wrath of Luna.
When I see you, I always think, I wonder what his quote would be.
Give us 6 minutes and we'll ask as many questions as we can.
Welcome to Cold Cuts.
Cold cut, cold cut.
My buddy Cal cooking with me.
Dads don't babysit. It's called parenting.
What was the first book you remember loving?
Heart Smart Today with simple exercises to strengthen your heart.
Make the most of your beach days.
It's all about the tracksuit now. How good do they look?
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Kiss the bride.
This morning, a story of people helping people.
You've received tons of letters from people who have been inspired.
Let's do the weather out. Okay. All you gotta do is say, it's cold, it's warm, it's raining, it's snowing. That's it.
One of our most favorite franchises ever, Ambush Makeovers.
Okay.
Look at it. It doesn't look so good.
No, it doesn't look good.
Will you judge us in a cook-off?
I will, and you guys will definitely win something.
Today, all day.
All day?
All day.
Welcome to Today, all day. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't see you there. Hi, you guys. You're watching our favorite streaming channel, Today All Day.
Funny, we ran into them again. We're halfway through the week, and you guys are tuned into Today in 30. We've got a packed half hour ahead for you.
We did. We're starting off with some potential